Sal's latest thing is that he's going around now. He's having he had a tag sale at his house.
Oh, no, you're kidding.
Because
poor Sal is broke.
He's broke. He has no money. But I said, you know what? I know Sal makes a decent living. I'm not saying he's wealthy, but he makes a decent living between his stand-up and what he makes here. What's going on with him? And then you find out he's broke, but he went to the Seinfeld concert last night for $200 a ticket.
He also complains, like, he'll tell me, like, oh, we're broke, and then he'll tell me that his wife bought a $1,400 handbag.
Yeah. Well, of course he's broke.
Yeah, that's how you get broke.
But you got to hear about his tag sale, Howard. It's really funny. Should I have him come in?
What do you mean it's funny?
Well,
he's funny about it.
He's broke. He's got no money. So now he's
What are they selling?
Kids' toys, anything. Like they're selling the children's toys that they don't need anymore. Anything in the house because he said.
So how much did he make at the tag sale?
I don't know how much he made, but he told me a black guy drives up to his house. So he tells his wife, you go over because blacks like hot blondes.
Oh,
and you could sell them anything.
Right.
So I guess the guy's looking around. And, I told that story about when my mom had a tag sale. People come, and no matter what you have something priced at, if you were giving away a Cadillac for $1, somebody'd say, can I have it for 50 cents?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So Sal said he's got one of his kids' books there. You push the button, it makes sounds, everything, and it says $1 on it. So the black guy says, how much? And Sal goes, well, it says $1. And the guy goes, would you take a quarter? So Sal goes, okay. So the guy goes into his pocket.
Okay.
He goes into his pocket, and he goes, you know what? Don't have a quarter.
Oh, my God.
He goes, can I just have it? So Sal's totally intimidated by him now, and he goes, sure, take it. Guy throws it in his car. Sal figures he's gone. He's out of my house. It's fine. The black guy left.
Yeah.
Throws his car, doubles on back to the tag sale, and he goes, got anything else for free?
Oh, my God.
So Sal's now so intimidated by the black guy that he picks up a huge box of children's toys. He goes, you got kids? The guy goes, yeah. Sal carries it to the guy's car.
I put it in his trunk. And I shut the trunk. And I said, God bless you and your children. Have a good day.
Because you're afraid of a black guy?
He looked like Seal without the money.
Right.
He was big. He was, and he was dark. And I'm not
big
saying
and dark?
Yeah. And he had scars. And if they have scars,
Oh, my God.
it ain't from
have scars?
It ain't from falling off a skateboard. So
you just emptied out your house and gave it to the black guy?
Give him your house.
Yeah, and then and after all that, my wife has the audacity to say, "What the fuck did you give him a free
What do
bin
you mean
of?"
the audacity? Of course.
What I said, he knows where we live. He just saw you. You're a hot blonde. He knows our house. He knows our. You wanted to stab us? Get him out of here. I mean, I was just playing. I'm telling you, I'm not.
Yeah, but Sal,
he was intimidated.
You're so
He had an
racially
No.
Hold on. Sal told me that when the guy said, do you have anything else for free, he wasn't sure if the guy wanted to know if you had anything else for free or if that meant give me your stuff.
Right.
What do you mean you don't know?
Dude, okay, there's two ways of saying anything for free. Hey, you have anything for free?
Right.
Or, got anything else for free?
What's the difference? What does it mean?
Yeah, I don't hear a difference.
There's only one way to say no, though.
Well, he's going to be back because you're a pushover. He knows he's
Exactly.
gonna
That's
be
what. What'd you think?
You're an idiot.
Maybe we should dump this for the replay.
What's going to stop him from coming in your house at 3 a.m. and going anything else for free? No.
Right.
My wife, take her. She's free.
That ain't free.
She's free to
You
go.
look at all black people like the rabid wild
No,
animals.
not at
just
all.
wanna
There were
come
other
and
black
kill
people
you.
that came and went respectively.
No, there
there were old.
Respectively. Respectively?
Yeah, there were old white people who came and left.
Right.
Give them anything for free?
Let me tell you, you want to find the next whack packer? Just have a goddamn garage sale. The most degenerate
So how much money did you make on the
welfare
garage sale?
recipients.
Usually the guy throwing the garage sales the next whack pack.
What'd you make?
$140.
And you spent $200 on the Seinfeld concert.
I spent that 3 months ago on Seinfeld.
What's going on with you? Are you?
I really feel bad for Sal. I do.
I lost, like I said, I lost about $225,000 in the stock market on margin, and then I had other bills, and I'm paying them off. I'm not doing that bad. It's just that we're kind of behind.
You're behind the 8 ball.
I was banking on some money, which, thank you very much, Artie generously paid me, but it just came a little later than I thought. It had nothing to do with him, so I bounced about $400 in checks before Artie's check even got to my house.
See, but I feel
you're
bad
living
about
so low to the ground that $400 isn't even in your bank account.
There's nothing in my...
Zero.
Yeah, it's in my checking because my checking account is negative equity.
But Sal, didn't you tell me that you just went on a vacation like within the last
Big
year?
mistake, yeah.
And you spent $7,000?
Big fucking mistake.
You just spent $7,000 on a vacation. I mean, when
Why did you do that?
Hey, by the way, can I tell you, I don't know if we ever talked about this on the air, Howard, the vacation. Did we talk about this, Sal?
No,
The vacation to
breakfast?
Florida. He was so broke on the vacation to Florida that at one point in Miami, he had to take the family around in a bus. They got on like the public bus.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get anywhere. But he said that they went to breakfast, gave the guy his credit card, him and the family leave at the hotel.
No, you know how the hotel gives you your own card?
Right.
So now you're in the clear.
Yeah.
I got the card. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
So I go down, I have breakfast with the kids, and there's like a little Filipino man, really nice man serving us. And, you know, we eat and everything. I give him the card. I sign my name, you know, close the book, walk out. I'm in the middle of the lobby, and all of a sudden this little Filipino comes running and goes, your card's no good, no good. I go, what do you mean? I go, I'm at the hotel. He goes, no, canceled, no good. And now I'm like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm in front of people and stuff. So I go, relax, I'm not a thief. I go, I have money. I'm going to go to the ATM. The fucking little bastard follows me to the ATM with his apron on and his arms crossed. I put the goddamn card in. No fucking money in the account.
What do you do?
I call my wife upstairs from my cell phone. I start ripping the shit out of her.
Right.
And she's saying
why is there no money in there?
Because again, she moved money. She moved the money out of a savings account into the checking account, which was negative equity again, and the bank froze the account.
Negative equity.
Jesus, my whole fucking life.
Everything's
Everything's
these financial negative. He has no money. He's negative equity.
You see, I found.
Negative equity.
I found.
Do you know what equity is, Sal? What is equity?
It is.
What is equity?
Equity is it's cash, it's securities, it's anything that's tangible. It's to cash. It's equity. But I was but in the account, the term that they use is your negative equity. If you're
overdrawn,
right,
is what you are.
Exactly.
You're broke.
Exactly.
I'm broke.
Negative equity.
No, but
Hey, look, Ma, we've got negative equity.
So now I don't.
You knucklehead.
Negative equity.
I don't know what to do, so I have to call my mother-in-law, and she has to wire money over.
That's a fun conversation.
While
that.
you're having the Filipino guy still stand at your elbow.
I
with
love
his
that
arm.
Sal's job was managing people's money.
Then on top of
Negative
everything
equity.
else, my buddy Jerry shows up at this goddamn hotel, who I used to be in Wall Street with. He's a big shot, and I used to be pretty good. He's got his kids. He goes, you going to the Sea Aquarium? I go, yeah. He goes, yeah, I just rented the new Range Rover. You know, we're going to take the kids. Why don't you hop in? What else? And I'm like, you know, this guy's going to ask me to chip in for gas. Fuck that. I don't want him to know. I'm dead broke right now in Miami with negative equity. So I go up to the concierge, and I ask him where the bus is. We walk for about a mile and a half to get on the bus, which is interesting minorities on that thing. Interesting. We get on the bus.
You know what, Sal? What you're finding out is what you have to be exposed to when you don't have money.
Well, it's fine,
Other
but
people.
I tell Jerry that I don't want to jump in the Range Rover. I go, we're getting a town car, you know?
Yeah, right.
So we get in this fucking beat this shit bus. All of a sudden, I see Jerry. He comes back. I don't know where he was. He's unloading the car. He's got a bunch of stuff. And we pull up.
Oh, no.
The fucking bus.
Do most of your friends ask you to chip in for gas whenever they give you a ride?
Yeah, absolutely. Except for John Hine.
You're kidding. Hey,
Well, that's work, though.
You got it. I mean, it's $5 a freaking gallon. You
No,
got
but
it.
wasn't then.
That's to work. But I'm saying when your friend gives you a ride on vacation, he's going to say, "Can
He
you
was
please give me
going
gas
anyway.
money?"
I feel obligated to give him
I
something.
see. All right. So you get on the bus.
And that's it. I get on the bus, and then, like I said, a whole school, or whatever you want to call them, of these young, very intimidating looking Puerto Rican kids get on the bus. So I'm sitting there, and my 3 kids are sitting on the chairs, and you think you were taking them into a Scared Straight episode or something.
Right.
And I swear to God, I must have tapped this young Puerto Rican girl's foot, just like that. And she turns around, she goes, yo, what the fuck is up with that? Now I'm boiling, I'm seething, I'm dead broke. I got my kids on this bus, and I realize if I say one word, forget it. They're just going to fillet me like a fucking fish right on this bus. I'm going to go home in a body bag. And that was my...
So you got yelled at by Puerto Ricans?
Wow.
No, not Puerto Ricans. A young Puerto Rican girl. They can get a little feisty, so
Right.
she was feisty. And let me tell you something. If I sympathize with them. If I drove that fucking bus every day, I'd probably be just as nasty and angry as they
Sounds like it
are.
would have been a lot more fun to stay at home and save $7,000.
It was, and then I lost all this money, so now I come home and I have no fucking money.
Yeah, well, you're a fucking asshole.
think
When you have negative equity, don't spend $7,000 on a vacation and don't spend $200 on Seinfeld tickets.
Can you imagine the mother-in-law who's getting the call that they're down in
Right.
Florida on a vacation and they don't have any money and she's got to wire it to them?
So embarrassing.
You're like a migrant worker.
No, I felt bad because Sal worked for me at Westbury Music Fair, and you know, I told him, okay, the check will be there in a couple of days, but and again, this is I don't know if it's arrogance or whatever. You just don't assume that
It's needed.
the people that we
badly.
work with.
Yeah.
You did him a favor because
Yeah,
he'd
you
only
did.
spend it anyway.
but I don't.
I feel bad that you bounce checks because of that. I mean,
Well, it's
I'll
not
give you
your
the money,
fault.
but I
It's-
want to give you the money for the fine at the.
No.
But
you
I
did-
never.
I don't need it. I really don't. I mean, I'll get ahead eventually.
Because you get fined if you bounce checks, and I mean, you don't want to start bouncing.
But
checks.
Howard, there's something going on. Even as far behind as he is, I don't know why. I mean, he's been here for 2.5 years. He's working every weekend. He said something really funny to me yesterday. He goes, maybe I ought to take the finances over for my wife. You think I should take that over? I'm like, well, you might want to take a peek
why
at
don't
it.
you take a peek at it? He's right.
I said, do you have a private account going on? Because I'm getting a little paranoid. I'm thinking she's building a little nest egg on the side. As soon as it gets big enough, she's like, hasta luego, asshole.
All right.
But I don't know.
Hasta la vista.
No, Luego's another one.
It
Too.
does.
Yeah,
That
you
works.
can say hasta luego.
I don't trust anything he says.
But
I really don't.
but things are things are going good with the wife now.
All right.
Now that I'm dead broke, that's
Even
probably why
though-
she's so happy. She's probably got to the level she needs to be in that private account.
No.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
It's depressing.
But Colin Quinn opened up for Jerry. He did an awesome job.
Yeah. And how was Jerry?
I was not that impressed. He's good, but a lot of recycled stuff. It's like he takes his old material, and it's the same premise, and just adds new jokes to it. It really wasn't that impressive.
All right, Sal. Well, Sal, big stand-up comic himself. He's
yeah.
now-
Hey, one last thing,
And
Howard.
critic.
and critic, right?
One last thing. Sal was in the elevator last night complaining. The show was at the 𝗦𝗵cie Theater downtown, and he was complaining about the Indian tribe that, the 𝗦𝗵cies that
What
owned the
about
theater.
the
I didn't know. I go to HSBC. I didn't know 𝗦𝗵cie is Washington Mutual. So I'm in the elevator.
So you thought it was an Indian?
I thought it was like the Indian casinos, the reservations. So
the 𝗦𝗵cie Theater.
right. So I'm in the elevator with Ross and 5 strangers
Oh, dear.
last night, and
Yeah.
he goes, "Where you going?" I go, "I'm going to see Seinfeld at 𝗦𝗵cie Theater." I go, "These goddamn Indians, they own the reservations, the casinos. Now they're buying Madison Square Garden." So he turns around and goes, "Are you kidding me?" I go, "No, I'm not." He goes, "No, are you kidding me with the Indians?" He goes,
You're an idiot
"𝗦𝗵cie
everywhere.
is Washington Mutual, you idiot." And all these strangers
Well,
just start
everywhere
laughing.
you go, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
I tell you, you're goofed on constantly. You don't.
Well-
You seem like you got it together, but you really don't.
I think I got it together.
All right.
Maybe
anyway.
I should stop thinking.
What's the name of the name of the theater at the Garden now? Is the 𝗦𝗵cie Theater?
The
Oh,
old
I didn't even know
Paramount is
that.
now the 𝗦𝗵cie, but it sounds like an Indian.
It used to be the Felt Forum.
Right.
Yeah.
And then it was the Paramount, right?
Right.
Right.
Mike, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, I just want to know how much negative equity do I need to have to survive in life?
How much negative equity? What?
Do you need
How
to,
much negative equity can I have in order to live?
Yeah, how much negative equity should you carry is what the guy's saying.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this much.
Negative equity.
If you're at negative equity, you could cut checks at grocery stores. So, like, when we're at negative equity, I'll go to BJ's and buy groceries. And then,
Oh, my God.
No, but then I
you,
pay.
really know, you ought to write a book, How to Get By on Negative Equity. So you're the
How to
guy
Get
who
By-
writes, you're the guy who writes a check at the supermarket?
That is the most embarrassing thing. And my wife's got the gayest fucking checks, like with balloons and ducks on them. And I'm the ass. Usually it's some old lady on welfare
Why don't
holding
you get your
everybody
own
up.
checks?
Why? What am I going to write a check to? I'm negative equity.
But I mean, if you got balloons and ducks on
Invisible checks?
Checks.
Yeah, so I'm the asshole at ShopRite writing a check.
No,
And then some guy asked me for a picture, and he asked the cashier to take a picture of me while I'm taking a check, shitting in my pants. That when she puts it through the
Right,
register,
it'll go
Oh, my
a red
God.
alert will come across.
So you know what? You see, Sal, you're getting into that dangerous area where you're going to be somewhat famous and broke.
Right.
I am.
Oh, yeah.
He's already in that area.
He's arrived.
He's definitely got the broke thing going, and he's almost up to somewhat
Well,
famous.
he's definitely somewhat famous.
He is just about to arrive.
All right. Thank you very much.
So Sal, with all of your stories of financial hardship, there was one theme that ran throughout the entire segment. That every person you mentioned, you talked about the race. It was the Puerto Rican girl.
It just happened to be that
the
way.
Filipino guy, the scary black guy that looked like a seal without money.
You have to explain who these people are. You have to paint a picture. It's radio. There's no visuals.
Right, but it seemed like every time you associate something negative, it was something negative going on that you talked about the race.
Right.
You don't see that you're fearful of other races and cultures?
I'm not fearful. I'm making people aware of the people I interact with.
But you used words like
Like what do you?
they're scary.
Well, they are. I mean, wait a minute. No. There are certain people, white or black, that can come off scary. That would happen to be a scary African American. I could definitely bump into a scary Caucasian. If a scary Caucasian was at my house, I would have said it was a scary Caucasian. I didn't drive up to my house. He did. I'm not the one with the scary demeanor and attitude. He was. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
But as far as the waiter in the Miami hotel, why even go as far as to
Because I think
mention that
it's
he was
cute.
Filipino?
It's cute. I said, very nice Filipino man. It makes people realize that Filipinos are working. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's like giving them it's like a shout out to the Filipinos. Good people. They're good. I mean, now I'm saying something good, and still, you're probably still accusing me of stereotyping somebody.
Hi there, fellow horny pervs. If you enjoyed those clips with the salacious and beautiful 𝗦𝗵cie, then make sure you tune in soon, because coming soon to Howard TV is the full Inside the Porn Actors Studio with 𝗦𝗵cie.
Nice.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way to punch that one out. Oh, come on. It's not smell vision. It's not smell vision. It's just not.
It is for you.
Come on.
Oh, you can't back up anymore. You can't run away from the gas.
It's rough.
Love the
I got a
gas.
stuffed up nose and I can still smell that.
It does not.
He's here now.
Oh, he's here?
Yeah.
What were all his movies? Do we have a list?
Son-in-Law was a great one. That we liked.
Biodome.
No, but there was Son-in-Law, and what was the one, the courtroom one?
The Jury Duty?
Jury Duty, that was a
And
good
there
one.
was another one
In the
too.
Army Now.
In the Army Now.
Yeah. But Son-in-Law is like the best
Oh,
movie
fuck
ever.
it. What was the Caveman movie?
Yeah, Encino Man.
Encino Man.
Encino Man and Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law is still great.
I liked his movies.
They're
I thought
funny.
They were funny. There was a lot of good ones. I thought Jury Duty was a scream. What was the one where he goes? That was the one where he goes home. The girl.
Son-in-Law.
College. Was that Son-in-Law?
Son-in-Law is the one where he goes to work on the farm.
No.
That's one of my favorite movies.
Me too. I love that movie.
Hey, Howard, one other angle, something that Will brought up that I thought might be good. Like, I think that Son-in-Law was the one that made him a star. So okay, he goes to Encino Man. Like, what's the trail like? Like he's saying now it's all blue collar. Like, what was it like? You go to Encino Man, of course you're a star now. So you got the trailer. How many assistants do you have? What's the setup there compared to what's the setup today?
Right. That's good.
Yeah, because after that one movie, he was like bankable.
That's it.
Oh my God, that movie made a lot of money.
Well, but it probably didn't cost a lot of money. That's what,
No.
that's how you make money when you get somebody who's not established. You pay him nothing.
It was, it was probably one of those scripts that was laying around. So
Yeah.
that 37 people.
Probably original probably had Laurel
He
and
seems
Hardy
to
in
be
it.
like constantly questioning what was the difference between him and Adam Sandler. Like, why did the Adam Sandler character work and he became this huge movie star, and then his character just kind of fizzled out?
I gotta tell you, it's not that
far
It's
off.
not that crazy a question to ask.
Well,
but that
it's
has
funny
more.
because for me, it's like I love Adam Sandler and Pauly Shore.
But that has to do with me, not more like that Paulie's not talented. Like I don't understand Adam Sandler. Like I
I see no difference in those movies.
Yeah, well,
I mean, to me.
But it sounds like that's a personal taste thing almost, you know?
No, I'm saying. Well, I'm just saying that I don't think that that's far off.
Yo, what's up, you guys? This is Pauly Shore, and I'm here on the Howard Stern Show, beautiful New York City. Howard's an old friend, known him for, I don't know, probably 20 years or so. And I'm here this time around promoting my new Showtime special that just premiered. It's playing the whole month, and it's called Vegas is My Oyster. And it's got Howard Stern's favorite friend, Andy Dix, on it. And Semi-Precious Weapons, Brie Olson, Amber Lancaster, and a great cast. It's like an old variety show. So I'm promoting that. Also looking for an assistant will work for Pauly.com, which is my website where I'm kind of right now looking for a personal assistant. Figured I'd go on the internet and get a bunch of freaks to see, if they wanted to, work for me.
And see what happens.
See what happens, yeah.
Now, Howard's going to promote your project, but he's going to want to get into the personal side of things.
That's why I'm here,
Do you cringe at all when that comes up?
After the last appearance, it was, I just felt good, you know what I mean? It was almost like a what's the word?
Like I don't know. Cleansing.
Yeah, it was like I was on stage doing stand-up in like a small bar, you know what I mean? And I was able to kind of like get out a lot of stuff that had been kind of built up, for all the years for me and my family and stuff. So, but this time around, it's a different story. Things are a lot better, so.
I think Andy Dick's going to take most of the heat this time.
Great.
Good luck today, Paul.
All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.
Pauly Shore is here stopping by to say hi. Pauly just put out a project called Vegas is My Oyster. It's it's going to be on Showtime all month long. Pauly, always interesting guy, hanging out here and there. He's Mr. Hollywood, if you ask me. He knows what's going on. Hey, Pauly.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
I was reading in the notes, Pauly. Hey, how you doing?
What's up?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yeah. Hey, Pauly, what was this about? You were trying to get booked on the Chelsea Handler show. She wants nothing to do with you, and it was bothering you.
Well, yeah, it was. Well, first of all, I knew I was coming to New York to hang out with you.
Right.
To be on the show. So, the thing that I know.
What, are you out of breath?
Yeah,
no,
what's going on?
I'm just trying to say this in a proper way.
Don't even be proper.
Well, no, but I'm trying to keep it real, So
okay.
I'm trying to. I knew I was coming here, and I said to myself, maybe Howard can help me figure this out.
Go ahead.
Because you come from a place of truth. I mean, you always kind of fucking just go right to it.
Okay.
So the backstory is basically about 5 years ago, when I was promoting a sketch comedy film called Natural Born Comics. My publicist from Rogers and Cowan called over to her and just said, hey, like, we really love to do the show. Paulie's a huge fan of yours,
right?
Which I am. I think she's awesome. I think her show's cool. I think she's cool. I noticed there's a lot of Comedy Store comedians on there, so I felt it would be kind of an incestual, fun kind of, hey, you got the Comedy Store comics, blah, blah, blah. And she passed.
Okay.
And I was cool with that. I was like, okay, no problem, blah, blah, blah.
She's not feeling the Paulie thing.
Wasn't, yeah, she, she wasn't feeling with it. So then I said, well, cool, let's just find out why so I know, like, you know, maybe
I can improve.
Yeah, maybe I can maybe I can, like, change some of the wheezes up or something.
Right.
You know, you know, don't say grindage is fast.
In other words, were you willing to take criticism? You were willing to, like, in other words, hey, look, Paulie doesn't fit our show because.
Right.
Okay.
So then I know, you know, with the, it's almost like you're dating a girl, and after a while, like, what's the reason? Okay, cool. Like,
I just want to know.
Yeah, I have a crooked penis. Okay, like, I don't want to be. I don't want to be fucking part of your life. I'm like, it's all good. So she didn't give a fucking reason. There was no reason at all. And then this time, and then even Adopted, when
what
I
do you
came
mean?
out,
you
she didn't give a reason. She didn't respond. She was like, there was dead silence. It was like white noise.
Well, maybe she felt funny saying, gee, I don't think Paulie's funny, or I don't think Paulie is relevant, or you know,
whatever.
What could the answer be?
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. The answer is either she just doesn't think you're funny, or she thinks it's over, or some kind of thing like that.
Well, then that's okay.
Right. But
then have her say it.
True.
You need an explanation. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she didn't feel comfortable about it. You know, I could get that. You know what I mean? What is it, Gary? Because you get involved in a lot of
because this happens a lot with me. So a lot of times people want to get a hold of Howard directly, but Howard doesn't want to deal with the booking of the show. So the odds are that Chelsea may not want to have you on, but she may not want to tell you that because you never want to shut the door on anybody because she may not want you on the show now, but in the future there might be a reason to have you on.
Yeah, but this is 3 years in a row.
But, Paulie, you just have to accept that you're not doing that show.
You just
we'll have you on.
Yeah, I know, but I just want. But here, I haven't finished though.
Go ahead. Good. This is good.
So I went. So Adopted came out last year.
Right.
You know, did well for me, and I thought that would be. Hey, maybe I can go on there. You know, for that.
Maybe now you're good enough.
Yeah, because I'm, you know, adopting black babies, and
that's funny.
Right, it was cool. I talked to 𝗦𝗵cie the other day about it. It was a great, classic conversation.
Where'd you see him?
I saw Brett Ratner at the Playboy Mansion.
Yeah.
And he came up to me because I guess Brett just finished a film with Ben Stiller and Eddie Murphy.
And it looks good. It looks funny.
It looks really funny. So Brett came up to me, which he never does because usually I'm coming up to him.
Right. You're usually annoying him. Yeah.
And he said that Eddie Murphy didn't stop talking about Adopted.
Really?
Yeah, he just loved Adopted.
Oh, so you didn't get to hear that from Eddie himself?
No. So he told me to call Eddie, so I talked to Eddie on the phone.
Oh, no kidding?
Yeah, I talked to him. It was pretty funny because I was in...
you called Eddie to get compliments on Adopted?
Well, he wanted to talk to me.
And so when you called him, how long were you on the phone with Eddie for?
For 15 minutes. But it was the best. I was in a fucking parking lot at Office Depot in, like, fucking Charlotte, North Carolina. It was great. I just bought like my folder for the next year for.
That's a big deal. Folder. Eddie Murphy saying something you did was funny is really a big deal, right?
Yeah, it was huge for me.
And so,
because obviously it's Eddie Murphy. I love Eddie Murphy. And now if Eddie Murphy likes me, why the fuck doesn't Chelsea Handler like me?
Right, you think they go hand in hand. Did you say to Eddie, why don't you call Chelsea Handler?
Let me finish with this fucking thing.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm, you know what I mean? So they just don't tell me a reason, and I don't think it's like. Because for Letterman, like we'll reach out to Letterman, but he says we love Paulie, we want to have him on, but this particular project doesn't work. Regis and Kelly, same thing.
Right.
I'm friends with the booker over there. They're like, we love you over here, but we can't promote Vegas as my fucking oyster.
Right.
Or adopting black babies.
It doesn't work for them. They want something more wholesome.
It doesn't. Right. So, but Chelsea's perfect, and I love her. So she.
See, I always assume I would never make. I'm being honest. If a show didn't want me on, I would never make the call to say I need to know why, and I'll tell you why. I just assume they're not into me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just go, okay, I don't need an explanation.
Yeah, but
they're not into me. They don't want me on.
Right. So
of course, everybody wants me on, so I never have had that.
You never have to make that.
I've never been in that position, but that's how I would be.
Yeah, but I think it's personal. I think it's something that I did back in the day, like I jerked off on her. Or
that's possible.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And back in the day, I was so fucked up that I don't remember half the shit I did. Maybe I was an asshole at a party. Seriously, maybe I was an asshole at a party. And it's someone.
I think people in Hollywood don't care what you do to them as long as they deem you hot.
Yeah,
you're a hot commodity.
Jerked off on her at a party.
Right. She would love it.
On.
Right.
All right. So then maybe she just doesn't like my style, bro.
I
think that might seriously. That's probably it. And if you press her, you're going to get the answer that you say you want, but you really don't want.
I don't give a fuck what she says.
She probably doesn't think you're right for the show.
What? But she'll have fucking all these other people on?
But see, now you have it. Now you're going into that whole thing.
But I don't understand.
Was she a comedian?
Yeah, she's a comedian.
So did you treat her badly at the comedy store?
I don't know. That's what I'm
club?
trying. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Maybe,
Right.
or if she says she doesn't like me, that's cool too.
Right.
But she doesn't want to say that because you never know when she might need to have you on if something changes in your life.
And plus, she doesn't want you walking around going, you know what, Chelsea Handler hates me.
I don't give a fuck.
Well,
I'm cool. A lot of people
But
hate
she
me.
doesn't want that. That's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to help you here, man.
So, anyways, I
don't shoot the messenger.
wrote her assistant a personal email.
You're not giving up.
I wrote her a really nice email. Hey, I reached out. Da da da. I would just like to have a conversation with her. You know, it's all good. Like she doesn't. Da da da. And no response.
Paulie, who in their right mind?
Nobody's even responding.
But Paulie, who in their right mind would want to get on the phone with you and explain to you why you're not right for the show? I wouldn't want to do that.
No. It's not about the show. It's about my personal situation with her. If I did something to her
Why do you
personally.
think it's personal?
I don't know.
It probably isn't. It probably is just, hey, she's not feeling it.
Well, then that's cool too.
You know, she probably just like, hey, okay,
But
Paulie's
they
not on my
didn't-
radar.
Right. But every single other person that doesn't want me on their show,
They tell you
they'll
why.
Tell me the reason.
They're
what
bullshit
reasons
artists too.
have you gotten?
Yeah, he told you. He gets like, oh, that project's not right.
Yeah, if I do a series, then, you know, or I do something like I'm doing something with CMT like in a couple months, a film. It's more family oriented. It's a.
What's
it's
it like doing
that.
films now? Because I mean, you know, I just was saying before you came in here, I was talking to Gary and Will and stuff, and we were just having a conversation. I said, I love Paulie's old movies. I loved the movie Son-in-Law.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a terrific movie. I still watch it. Whenever it's on, I watch it. You know what I mean? I'm
And
going
you
around
love
the
the one where he was on
Jury Duty.
Jury Duty.
Love
yeah,
Jury
yeah.
Duty.
It's
Listen,
funny.
not
Stanley Tucci was fantastic in that.
Not every movie was, you know, the greatest movie. I had my favorite Pauly Shore movies, but there were 2 or 3 in there out of like maybe 6 that I can think of that I thought were home runs. So what the fuck happened? I mean, you're still working, you're doing your thing and all that.
Maybe I jerked off on people's feet and I didn't know about it.
No, but I mean,
I didn't know. Seriously, I just think at the end of the day, it's the box office. I think that the bottom line is...
Did the box office...
Did the fans leave?
No, the box office went down. I think that's just like you said earlier.
What was your first movie, your first big movie?
It was Encino Man. But
and Encino Man happened after the Pauly Shore show on MTV.
During that time, yeah.
And you got discovered on MTV how? How did you end up on MTV in the first place?
I did.
That was your big break.
Yeah, it was spring break, and it was our friend Joel Gallen.
Yeah, Joel.
Joel Gallen was producing and directing a special called 5 Funny Guys.
Yeah.
And I wasn't one of them.
You weren't the funny guy. So wait a second.
No, I was hosting it.
Right.
Yeah, I was
How did you get
hosting it.
discovered for that?
Did
you try out?
No, I'll tell you about it. There was a lady named Drew Wilson.
At MTV.
Who was the head of talent at MTV. And my manager at the time, a guy named Terry Danizer, brought Drew into the Comedy Store, and she saw me perform.
You were doing
and
a stand-up.
Yeah, and she saw me perform, and she said he's really funny. And then they had brought me down to Spring Break MTV. It was back in the late 80s, early 90s, and it didn't go so hot. So then I kind of went back to the drawing board and developed, and that's kind of how it started.
It didn't go well on MTV.
At all.
It bombed.
Bombed bad. Doug Herzog was there, and it was just like, because it was live. If you remember back in the day, MTV Spring Break was live.
Right.
So it was a huge, huge thing, and I was nervous. And Corey Feldman was there. I remember even like me and Me and Christian Slater.
Right.
Right. We're not getting any pussy, and Corey Feldman was getting all the pussy. It was,
Boy, how things change.
how great was it? Me and Christian Slater, I swear to God, we're sitting in our fucking hotel room at the Marriott going, this fucking cocksucker with the fucking Michael Jackson face and a glove is getting all the pussy, and we're not getting shit.
Yeah. There was a time
It was
you
the
did. I mean,
best.
you're a legendary cocksman. I mean, you've gotten lots of pussy. And when you were doing movies, was the pussy different? Like, were you getting into like...
It seems more now.
More now?
Yeah.
You haven't
mostly,
slowed down a bit?
You go to get pussy
But I don't know.
at the Playboy Mansion, though, right?
No. It seems more now just because I'm not as... I don't want to use the word desperate.
Right.
But I'm not like chasing it as much. It doesn't mean as much to me. I'm 43 now.
But a lot of you look good.
Yeah,
but at the Playboy Mansion, you got kind of wrapped as the guy who all the playmates fuck. So you had to back off that well, right? I mean, you tapped that well way too many times.
I don't know.
I think so, right? I mean, that was the... Paulie, you go to the Playboy Mansion and then you end up sleeping with Paulie. It was almost like a joke at that point.
You had to. It was like mandatory.
Christ,
right? No, seriously.
Cool.
But it was for a while.
Having sex with me? That's
not a joke. But I'm saying you got all the playmates, so the girls start to talk among themselves. Like, Paulie fucks us and then dumps us. Right?
I guess.
And I always like your rap on sex. You look at guys like Tiger Woods. You look at guys who Arnold Schwarzenegger. And you say, you know what? At least I'm honest with a woman.
Yeah.
I don't marry them and then fuck people behind
Or
their back.
lie or say I'm doing this. No.
No,
Yeah.
you've always been honest.
Yeah, that was the one thing, like I told you, I think last time I was here, that I didn't like about my dad. You know what I mean? Is that he
wasn't honest?
Well, no, because he got in this relationship, you know what I mean, and he didn't want to be. He was never happy. Both
He was
my
never happy
parents-
with your mom?
No, because he was, you know, on the road with Elvis and all these people, and he wanted to have fun. He wanted to live the lifestyle
Of a comic.
yeah, the lifestyle that I'm living. So I just don't think the two worlds mix properly.
Right.
You
So
know,
you felt your father was a hypocrite.
and that's why you see a lot of these rock stars with these wives, and you see them on these reality shows on VH1. They look fucking miserable.
They
These
do.
wives, because they know their husband just went and fucking got blown by like 3 groupies in the back of their disgusting tour bus.
You're right.
They just look.
So where people
Right?
say, "Oh,
Right?
Paulie's gross because he fucks all these girls," Paulie isn't gross. He's being honest.
Right.
This is you're living that lifestyle. And are you in a relationship now?
No.
It's hard. It's hard for you to be in a relationship because you're banging a lot of girls.
No, that's not it.
What's going on?
I'm just into my work, man. I'm into my work.
When's the last time you got laid?
I don't know, 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days ago. Oh,
Yeah.
it
He
was
didn't
just
say he wasn't getting laid.
Oh, I see. You're not in a relationship. You met a girl 2 days ago.
No, she's staying at my hotel.
Oh, so
She's
you're
a girlfriend. She's a
She
girlfriend.
Right.
She's not my girlfriend. She probably sees other guys too.
Right.
But she's my friend. We get along.
You got it all figured out, and I don't mean that facetiously. You really do.
But you have to ask, how does he maintain that emotional distance? You never just get so involved and
Yeah, how do you
want
do
to
that?
possess and
My
all that
emotion
stuff.
goes into the stuff that I'm working on. You know.
But
That's
when it
what
comes to women, do you ever get attached or needy? Or
back in my 20s, I did a lot.
Yeah.
Very miserable.
Do you ever date anyone super famous? Or has it always
I
been
told you just a while ago, just Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah, that was
That's a
it.
pretty big score.
Long time ago, yeah.
Did you fall in love with her?
Mm-hmm. Loved her. I loved her so much that I flew to London. I flew to London where she was performing, and as I was flying to London, she was flying to L.A. to meet her new boyfriend.
Oh dear.
Oh God.
I guess you know.
Well, she dumped
I
you.
guess the deal is if guys are ever texting their girl or vice versa, and you're not getting a text back or
Right.
calling them, that pretty much means I don't want to go out. That's the pussy way out.
So
You know what
girls
I mean?
are as scummy as guys. Guys will do that a lot too. They're just sort of never.
No text,
nothing.
no call back, and
Right.
stuff like that. But the thing is, it's like, you know, it's just, you know, I think that's, you know.
Would you have married Kylie Minogue? Do you think?
Probably not, because we just, I don't know.
Did you ever confront her and say, "Why didn't you break up with me properly? Why didn't you at least give me an
Yeah,
explanation?"
we had that conversation.
Did you have it on the phone or in person?
No, in person.
How did you get
it
her
was
to-
hysterical. It was hysterical.
It was fun. It was hysterical for her.
No, it's hysterical because.
Wait, put on your headphones because that's your mic.
Sorry, I'm just getting crazy.
What's the matter? What are you doing? What are you doing? Put your headphones on. There's a microphone in them. All right. What happened over there? You get nuts.
No, what happened was she was dating some guy named Stefan,
right?
Who was the music video director for the Chili Peppers,
right? What's the matter with you? What
No,
are you
I'm
doing?
just thinking back.
All
I
right,
have
go
to
ahead.
fucking think about it, dude. What the fuck? Let me think about this shit. Okay, so yeah, so I was, you know, I flew to London, and then as I got there, Stephen Baldwin was filming a film out there in London.
Boy, that
And
goes back a long way. Stephen Baldwin was making films.
Yeah, and he was
Right.
filming a film in London. I think it was some film out there, and I found out through her friend that I became friends with on the set that she had flown to Los Angeles to spend time with her new boyfriend Stefan.
And you had no
I had
idea.
no idea that she had a boyfriend.
Right.
So finally, she found out that I flew to London. She thinking I'm a psycho.
Right.
You know, all I want to do is like say, "Yo, tell me like what the fuck's going on?
Are
Like,
we going out or not?"
Yeah, it's cool. You know what I mean? It's all good. You know. So then finally, she hit me back, and she said she's in L.A. and she's like nervous, like I'm gonna do something.
And how many times have you made love to her? I mean,
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah, yeah.
All
We
of
were
a sudden,
together
she's
for
nervous.
6 months. Yeah.
Wow.
And then, and she was staying at the Chateau Marmont, and she says, "Just pick me up, and we'll go have lunch, and we could talk about it."
Yeah, because she wanted to be in public with you, so you couldn't be
Beat her up.
kill her. or
Yeah,
anything.
exactly. So we went to the Kings Road Cafe on Beverly, and I was crying, man. You know what I mean?
Man,
Yeah, I was crying.
You always demand a reason from Chelsea Handler, from this chick, Kylie Minogue. You need your reason.
I need my fucking reason.
You need closure.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
So I'm fucking crying, and she's just staring at me like she's in shock. Yo, she's in fucking shock, dude. Like just like looking at me like.
Oh, you mess. How did I go out with you?
Yeah.
Right.
So she's she's crying, and I mean, I'm crying. I'm crying. and
then what did she say? She just said,
and
look.
she's just saying, look, I'm, I have a new boyfriend. I'm very happy. Stefan. I'm like the fucking video director guy.
Boy, that hurts, doesn't it? It's like they put a knife in
and he
it.
was doing some good videos back then, too. The Chili Peppers, what are you kidding me?
He was a cool guy.
I mean, you should probably put some of his videos up right now on your show. I mean, he did the one where like they're in the desert.
How long ago was this?
This was in the late 90s.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Kylie Minogue was hot.
Yeah.
Was she great
so
in
that
bed?
was it. So then basically I dropped her off and I had let go and everything was cool.
Was she great in bed? Was that it too?
She was awesome.
She seems like a freak.
But we forget about her in bed because it's not about her in bed. Her as a person was awesome.
No kidding.
Like, it was like one of the first times that I actually dated a girl. When she spoke, I actually listened to what she said. Seriously.
That's amazing.
Because she is so fucking awesome. Like everything about her. And I didn't know who she was, which was cool. And
How'd
she
you
didn't
meet
know
her?
who I was. She was in Biodome.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, what do you mean she didn't know? You were the star of the movie.
Yeah, but she didn't really know who I was. She's from England and Australia and all
She
that
knows
shit.
you're in movies.
She knows you're the star of a movie.
Yeah, but she wasn't familiar with your favorite film.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right. But she was that special someone who you could really connect with.
She was awesome.
I saw her in
I
Vegas
loved
at a
her.
concert
Yeah.
just recently. And she's got some following, Kylie Minogue.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's great. She's great, and I love her, and I miss her. And I saw her, I think, a while ago. I think it was in the early millennium time where we were doing TRL or some shit.
Right.
And I saw her there, and it was cool. She was cool. She's awesome.
So take me back to your career. You're on MTV. The first time you go on, you bomb. You sucked.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't work out. Doug Herzog, the head of MTV, sees you and goes, "This guy's fucking bullshit. We don't like him. We'll get rid of him."
Yeah,
So
it meant I wasn't ready.
how'd you get back
So then
on
I
MTV?
just went back to the drawing board and started developing my stand-up.
Right.
Like for about a year, and then I fucking just
You worked
came up-
hard. You went to the
I worked
clubs.
really
You-
hard.
right.
Yeah, I worked hard. Came up with some great, I had a thing where, hey, you better get into me. I'm the future of America. What's going to be in 10 years Spanish? You take your driving test in Spanish, English, or dude.
Right.
Instead of
You developed the
true,
whole Paulie
false,
character.
totally not even. Hey, and I just did a whole thing. I developed it. And then a manager guy named Rick Messina, who I think is the manager of Tim Allen and Drew Carey was doing a show at the Laugh Factory called Comic Strip Live.
Yeah.
And John Mulrooney, remember John Mulrooney?
Yes.
Yeah, he was John Mulrooney was the host. And then I went on Comic Strip Live. It was on Fox.
Right.
And I fucking killed.
So
Just
they saw
killed.
that at
yeah,
MTV.
and we took that tape and we sent that to MTV. They said he's ready now. So then I went back, and then the first thing that I ever did on MTV, remember Randy the Redwoods?
Yes.
Yeah, I did a thing similar to that, which was called, it was like these little vignettes.
I remember.
Yeah, and they were called, it said totally MTV at the end. And it was basically me with a gangster, me with the football players, me with a real estate agent.
And it caught on.
Yeah, and it caught on. It was these little 30-second vignettes, and it was so fucking funny, dude, because I remember I was doing, I was performing down in Tampa, Florida with Jonathan Katz. Remember Jonathan Katz?
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah, what is this, a test?
No, I'm just...
I remember all these guys. I mean, baby, come on, man.
Right. So I'm down in Tampa, and I'm performing down there, and then
I
all
don't
of a
even
sudden...
remember Jonathan Katz. I just don't want to slow you down. Yeah? So you're performing down there.
So I'm performing down there, and all of a sudden, I'm sharing a condo with him, with Jonathan Katz.
Right.
And all of a sudden, my videos come on MTV, and I fucking went crazy. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Now it's
And then
happening.
it's all
MTV
happening.
was big.
Yeah, and then Jonathan Katz left the condo. He's like, I got to get a new condo, because he didn't know who I was.
Right. So how
And
do
that
you
was
get
the
into the
first time.
movies then? Someone approaches you and says, hey, your characters are really taking off
It
on
was
MTV?
Peter Paterno.
And he's,
Peter
what was the
Paterno
first movie?
It was Encino Man. Peter Paterno brought in my Totally Polly tapes to Jeffrey Katzenberg at Disney.
I see.
Yeah. And then Jeffrey Katzenberg had Encino Man, and then we rewrote Encino Man.
Who was the guy? Fraser. Brendan Fraser
yeah.
was the prehistoric dude, right?
Yeah.
You go on the set there. Is that when things get out of control, when that movie hits? And then that movie made, how much money did that movie make at the time? Do you remember?
I don't know, probably like 60, 70 million.
60, 70 million, and that wasn't an expensive movie to make.
No.
So all of a sudden, now you're a fucking Hollywood commodity.
I got, on my deal, I got, I mean, I don't want to say I got fucked, but I mean, once Jim Carrey started getting $20 million a movie, I was like, how the fuck am I making da-da-da-da, which
Right.
wasn't,
What were you making?
Not a lot compared to
What'd
that.
you get for Encino Man?
Not a lot. It was like a 3-picture deal. I signed a 3-picture deal with Disney, and it was Encino Man, and it was just like they bumped up a certain, Did you make $300,000? Yeah, well, more than that.
$500,000?
Probably around that.
And you figured the movie made $70 million.
Yeah.
Probably more. That was just,
And there was no back end.
But I got $70 million worth of vagina off it.
You did, huh? Did all hell break loose?
No, it was just, it was I don't know, it was a good time, you know what I mean? It was
And all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm a Hollywood player. Did everyone start sucking your balls?
I was young. I was like 24, 25, you know what I mean? So
what was the second film?
And then it was Son-in-Law.
Son-in-Law. And that made a lot of money, didn't it?
Yeah, Son-in-Law did well because it kind of took me out of the kind of MTV audience and brought me into more of a mainstream audience.
You were a leading man all of a sudden.
Yeah, it was. I was very lucky with that one.
Who's the chick in Son-in-Law again? What's her name?
Carla Gugino.
Did you fuck her in real life?
No.
That's interesting. Yeah. Why not?
She had a boyfriend.
Oh.
He was on the set.
She was a good-looking girl.
She's awesome. She was great. You know, it was funny when we were doing that movie, Ashley Judd was almost going to play her role.
And what happened?
Disney wanted Carla.
I see. Probably would have fucked Ashley Judd.
Maybe she didn't have a boyfriend.
Right. So Encino Man hits. And how much money did, not Encino Man, when Son-in-Law, how much money did Son-in-Law make?
I'm not quite sure.
But it was a big hit.
It was around that, yeah.
Around $70 million.
Not that much. It was less than Encino Man. Every movie I did started making less money is what happened.
I see.
Yeah.
Hey, by the time we got to Biodome, we were done.
Finished.
Was that the end?
That was the end.
What about In the Army? That was a good one.
That was good, too, but it made like 30 or 40 minutes. It didn't make as much.
So were you in a panic at that point? Did you freak?
I didn't know what I was. I'm trying to think. Was I freak? No, I was. I just like to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't like I was so consumed.
The movies you do now, though, is it different? Like in terms of like, oh shit, we don't get that French service, we don't get the good meals, we don't get the truck. I mean, now it's probably like making a movie nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? Like
now he's selling blood.
Right? Yeah. Are you selling blood to make your movies? Like Robert Rodriguez? I mean, it's a different thing now. I mean, it must have been great when you're doing, I don't know.
It was cool because I did
Son-in-Law.
a small part in the Nicholson film.
Yeah.
That comes out, I think, in September. And it was just nice to be back on a set of a really big film.
Like right, because it's a different vibe, right?
All the grips, everyone's like, "We miss you, man." Da da da. Because whether you talk shit about my stuff or not, like you said, like the movies every day play on TV for a reason.
Right.
I love
a lot of those movies.
They do well, and and I guess
why is Adam Sandler so successful with his? They seem like
his movies do well.
Yeah, but it's the same kind of genre, isn't it? I mean, it's like the goofy guy kind of thing. Like Waterboy and Encino Man don't seem all that different to me.
Maybe you should do waterboarding in Encino Man.
Maybe that's it.
Right? He can waterboard me in Encino.
So no more Playboy Mansion for you?
I go sometimes.
You do?
Yeah.
Where are you going to get laid?
I don't know. The airports.
Everywhere you go, you get laid?
No, I don't. It's not as much as it was to me. It's not as important.
Getting laid isn't as important?
No.
What happened?
I'm just not that interested in it. It's not as much. I think it's my, what's it called when you get older? My mojito? What's it called?
Libido,
yeah. I think,
Your mojito.
My mojito. No, I just think when you get in your 40s, your interests change. You know what I mean?
In the last 3 months, how many different women have you had? Be honest.
Sex or?
Sex.
Just sex.
Just sex.
Jesus, I don't know.
You don't
not like no, not that much.
Sex?
Shit, I don't know. 3 months?
Yeah.
What month are we in right now?
Right now, it happens to be August. All right, I know that much.
I don't know. Maybe like 4.
4. That's a lot of girls.
Really,
dude? For a guy who's not that interested, that's a lot of girls. Isn't that a lot of girls for a dude who's not interested?
Absolutely, he's not interested. So I only had 4.
That's only 4. It used to be like 24. No, that's a lot of girls. You'll never get married, right?
Oh, he will.
No, he won't.
I would say never. Never say never. Never say never.
You say he will?
Yeah. He'll get to be about 60-something.
You know what the type of girl that I'm looking for? Because I was thinking about it for a long time. I was like, well, if I am going to settle down, because obviously you don't want to be with other girls when you create a really good relationship with someone,
right?
Because you're going to say to yourself, why am I going to fuck up this great, awesome friendship and relationship with someone just for a piece of ass?
That's right.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So because that's really the bottom line.
That is.
Right. So what I'm thinking is the type of girl that I'll settle down with is going to be like a Sharon Osbourne type.
A manager
yeah.
But isn't that more of like a mother type? Like
what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
You want someone who can manage your career.
Yeah. I want someone to be the yin to my yang.
Right.
I don't need like a Playboy model, but one of those type of girls.
Because
those girls are fun. You have a great time with them. You enjoy each other's company, but you kind of keep it,
Well, what you're saying is, you're looking.
If I'm really going to settle down,
the Playboy model is looking at you to take care of her. You're looking for a woman to take care of you, almost like a mother.
Right.
I see him like Groucho got married when he was 100. All these guys, they're almost decrepit. They can't walk. Then they hook up with a girl.
Back in my day, we fucked lots of girls, but now, of course, I'm with my wife. You seem that way.
Oh, I love her. She's the greatest.
Is your dad doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing great.
Is she still getting a lot of pussy? You know, I mean,
My dad?
Yeah, is he getting?
He's married.
Oh, he is. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. All right, listen to me.
Well, that still doesn't answer the question.
Your next movie should be pursuing Sharon Osbourne. I think you should try to go out with her. And that's the movie.
You know, but if you think about it, you think Ozzy would still be alive without Sharon.
I think he's devoted to Sharon, and he recognizes that she's the most important thing in his life. Although he did fuck up for many years. He used to cheat on her.
Yeah,
terribly.
but imagine him without her.
He's dead. You're right.
That's what he would have got hit by a truck.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Maybe you should date the daughter.
Kelly, yeah.
Yeah. Pauly Shore's special, Vegas is My Oyster, airs all month long on
Your
Showtime.
friend Andy Dick's in there.
Yeah, I'm really.
Like,
I've
what
had it with
happened
Andy.
to him? Like, I just heard yesterday, and then I'm like, what the fuck's going on with you guys?
Me?
Well,
I'm just listening to this guy do an anti-Semitic rant that
He's talking about us Jews?
Yeah, he's talking
What
about a
the
bunch
hell?
of shit. Yeah,
I would cut him out of my special, but it already aired.
What can you do? No, I just thought it was a weird place to be coming from. Like he's trying to attack me, and that's what he's attacking me over.
But for what?
As if it's like I've done something terrible and bad. And he thinks I've done something bad to him because I don't give him a free radio show or something. I don't know. The guy's listen. He's obviously a mess.
He's funny though. He was funny on the show.
Well, that's good. I'm happy he's funny somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, you figured out how to make him funny. You're the only guy who doesn't have to cut him out of everything. Good for you. You ever bang a porn star?
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you?
Never.
Never?
Never. I've never. I'm too paranoid about getting ill.
Right.
I know that there's a tremendous amount of STDs in that industry.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So, yeah.
Didn't you dated that porn star who ended up dying, that girl Savannah, right? You've dated porn stars.
Jesus Christ, what the fuck you bringing that up for? I just had therapy for that shit.
I did. Were you in
Gary,
were you in therapy over that?
What? Asking Pauly Shore if he dated a porn star is like...
What?
You finished the joke. I'm not good at jokes.
No, but I mean... I didn't know that you went into that dark area with the porn stars.
We had this conversation.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I
think we discussed Savannah with him, actually.
Oh, we did?
Yeah.
When you...
Are they different porn stars than regular girls? I mean, are they great and better? Or are they just like any other girl? It's just the porn is the performance. And when they're in...
They give great oral sex.
They do.
Yeah.
Because they know how to do it.
Yeah.
But what do you think that is? Do you think they just... I don't think porn stars love sex. I think, if anything, they're probably turned off to it.
Some of them do, but it seems different now. It seems like I'll meet these girls, these younger girls that'll get into porn, and they'll be like, oh, it's awesome. I get paid, da-da-da-da, and I get fucked all day. It's awesome. And some girls, like some of these porno girls, like they won't even have sex in their real life. And then they like to do it on the, on the set because these guys have big dicks,
Right.
So you know what I mean? They please it. Yeah.
It's
some
weird.
Some of them do.
And don't you feel bad fucking them because they're looking at you like, hey, maybe Paulie will be my boyfriend and he'll be romantically interested in me?
I don't think they think that.
Why are you sweating so much? Look at your underarms. Are you not using deodorant today?
Are you letting us see you sweat?
Paulie, look up. Pick up your arm. Look what's going on. No, pick up your arm.
I'm not picking up my arm.
Look at that. Look how wet you are.
Shit.
What happened to you?
Well, I don't know. It's sweaty in here. You're grueling me.
I'm grilling you. Now I know why they won't let you on 𝗪cie Handler show. You're sweating too much.
So as far as I'm just trying to think. Is it different? Is it? I don't know.
I was just trying to think if I would be a little bit sad for them maybe because they're probably looking at you like, oh wow, maybe this is my chance to be with a guy who has a legitimate career. And meanwhile, you're saying, hey, she's just somebody I'm going to fuck for the night because she's a porn star.
No, I think that it's pretty much a mutual let's have a good time
thing
type of situation. Yeah, I don't think it's anything else but that.
And you've stopped going to the Playboy Mansion that much. I thought you loved the Playboy Mansion. That's your place.
I go up there.
You are?
Yeah, I go up there. But it's not, like I said, I don't know what it is. I guess when you turn you get in your 40s, things...
You've matured.
Things that were as interesting to you when you were younger. It's just like partying. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't go out and
party.
No, it's not my thing.
You just all of a sudden found that not so
It's
much
not,
fun
no,
anymore?
absolutely not. I like to go to the spa. I like to relax. I go to the gym.
Right.
I like to have fresh juice,
Right.
It's just kind of like more...
A woman doesn't fit in all the time.
The what?
It's not like a fever like that you need all the time.
It's not as important. It's like your priorities change when you get older. I mean, right?
Let's go to Hook Nose Mike. Go ahead, Hook Nose.
Hey, good morning, Howard. You Hook Nose Jew bastard. How you doing, brother? Listen, I just wanted to ask Paulie if he ever thanked you for Jillian Grace. Does he know the backstory on how Jillian became a
Yeah, we've been over that. You banged it. You remember banging Jillian? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, she was on our show. That's how she became a Playboy Playmate.
Yeah, she's great. How's she doing?
I don't know.
Isn't she a mother?
She somehow you didn't get her pregnant, but David Spade did, and then she gave birth to David Spade's baby.
How is she doing now?
I don't know.
No one's talked to her?
No one's talking to us.
She won't talk to you?
Well, I mean, I guess she would if we called her. I mean, what am I going to say? I mean, Spade probably talks to her once in a while.
We would hope.
It's amazing you avoided getting any of these girls knocked up. It really is.
I think God has watched over me.
Yeah.
I mean, if you grow up around Sam Kinison, Richard Pryor, Robin Williams, and breastfed by Roseanne Barr, and you know what I mean? It's like, you know, and I'm still like standing here, like I'm that same guy, you know?
You wear rubber all the time, I guess, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you ever like be with a Playboy playmate and just pull out and just hope for it? You have.
Of course.
And you never got them pregnant?
I mean, I assume I haven't.
Wow.
Because I would
what
probably
a lucky thing.
Dodging those bullets.
What's with you guys?
What happens is when you, I guess when you know that pre-cum is coming out.
Yes.
You know you got.
But you don't know when pre-cum is coming.
That's
According
the
to what
problem
I've
with
read,
pre-cum.
Pre-cum comes out sometimes and you don't know it. Like, you know, guys think they're holding back sexually, and they know when to pull out. But things can drip out, evidently.
Well, you got to pull the pre-cum out and make sure that they, you know.
How do you do that?
That you just.
I could be pre-cumming right now. I'm not even sure. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a miracle that you haven't had a child. And that would have been a complication in your life that would have been insane because you're not interested in a relationship with these girls. And
I think there's a lot of guys that get complications in their life with children that deal with it once they have the kid. I think we're all, you know, I would say probably about maybe 25% of the population were accidents.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think?
Probably a little higher than that.
I'd have to think I was.
No, stop.
But doesn't look like my parents really wanted me all that much. So the point is, you've been very, very lucky that you do enter a woman without a rubber, and that you do run the risk of having a baby. But you're philosophical about it. Baby comes, you know she's going to want it because she's going to hit you up for dough. Are you a multimillionaire? I would think you are after all those movies.
I have a couple homes that are worth millions.
You do?
Yeah.
Did you work out things with your family over the rights to that Comedy Store?
Yeah, things are a lot better.
You're friendly with your brothers?
Yeah.
No kidding?
Yeah.
You're all talking?
Yes.
Getting along?
Yes.
I mean, there was a big issue.
Yes,
you
there
wanted to
was.
do certain things with the Comedy Store, which your mother started with your father.
Yeah.
And she left it to you to run and your brothers. And your brothers didn't see things the way you did. You wanted to develop the club in a certain way. Your brothers didn't. It was a big falling out. One of the times you were on, you were very open and honest about it. And then next thing we know, you got a call from your brother, and he wanted to get on the air. And then the other brother told him not to come on the air. It was a whole fucking deal. How the hell did you work all that out? How did you work it out with your brothers about the direction of the Comedy Store?
I think we just started talking. You know, I think at the end of the day,
Did they acquiesce to your ideas? That was the rub.
I don't think it was about the ideas. I think it was about mostly the control. You know what I mean? It wasn't so much about like, oh, this is an idea, that's a bad idea, da da da. But at the end of the day, the club needs to make money, and it's a business. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of people I think that are in businesses that get along and don't get along. And I think that we just need to start thinking about the business.
You're being very philosophical.
You're not telling us who's running the club.
I'm not running the club.
So what happened? Why are you not running the club?
Well, one of my brothers is running the club.
And
I mean, he's
so
in charge
you
of it right
even
now.
said to me, you were the one who was successful in show business. You're the successful comedian. You're the one who had success in movies. Wouldn't it make logical sense that you run the club? I mean, have they been successful in comedy? No. So that was your gripe.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow you just said, fuck it. You gave up.
No, we're working together on it right now.
So they listen to you, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah, it's like What
happens when they don't listen?
Well, it's almost like eventually people start talking.
Right.
In any relationship, and we just started talking. And
are you friendly with them again?
Yeah, that's
you go
what
over their homes.
No, but we have dinners like with my mom, and my mom just had her birthday, and we all kind of had dinner together. So.
And you all get together and speak.
Yes.
And you have each other's phone numbers and you talk.
Yes.
Wow, big doings there. I never thought I'd see that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, because at the end of the day, it is a business, and I think we're all kind of trying to put the business first, as opposed to any of the kind of past
big growth
things
big growth
that were going on. So right now we're in the middle of me and my brother are in the middle of trying to put together the 40th anniversary of the Comedy Store. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Well, that's a next special. Watch him and his brother in a room discuss what that special should be.
Right.
Can imagine.
So what happened? One of them tried to call to be on the air. And
Yes,
it's
yeah.
hysterical.
And the other brother didn't. I mean, because you had made some pretty heavy, statements about your family and all of that. But the other brother said, "Listen, maybe let's send this. This is crazy."
Yeah.
So anyway, hey, listen. If you're interested in applying to be Paulie's assistant, that's a whole nother thing going on.
What's that all about?
Go to willworkforpaulie.com. Paulie is actively searching for an assistant, and one of the prerequisites is how many people do you know in show business, and how and if you can get them on the phone. And when Paulie actually listen,
do they know Chelsea Handler?
Well, that would be ideal. So when Paulie interviews these women, he describe it, Paulie. You say to them, "Look, who do you know that's important in show business?" And let me see you get them on the phone. Is that correct?
No, that's not correct.
All right, go ahead.
No.
What is correct?
It's basically it would be cool to, I guess, work with someone side by side with you that brought something to the table from their past.
Right.
Some type of experience, whether they worked at HBO or Showtime, Comedy Central, something that, you know what I mean?
Right. That would, you need a credential.
Just something, so it's like they're not just kind of leaning on your stuff. You know
How
what
much
I mean?
does a Paulie Shore assistant make? I mean, what kind of money are we talking about here?
What I usually do is I like to get their job history,
right,
to see what they did and see their resume and see where they were before and how much money they made before. And I usually, if I like someone, I kind of go by that.
And what does someone have to do for you as the assistant? Do they sit there and take dictation? I mean, what is it they do?
It's probably similar to maybe what one of your assistants do.
Like what? What do you?
I don't know. I mean, I do.
Are you one of those bosses that you have to be available 17 hours a day? Are you
kinda? But that's just for stuff like where's my flight information?
Right.
That's if they forget that, like they have to be available for that. Or
there's a lot of that, a lot of flying around, a lot of making connections and this kind of thing.
Yeah. So it's probably a lot of it's kind of booking stand-up tours, press, travel, hotel. On that, a lot of it is
a lot of detail work.
Yeah, a lot of it. I have a couple of houses, so there's stuff on that. There's tenants living in one house. I'm just leasing out another house.
So it's personal life and professional life
stuff, and then there's a lot of production stuff. So they'll kind of help oversee the deliverables. For instance, on Vegas is My Oyster,
right,
with Showtime. A lot of the what other stuff is there? The social media stuff.
Sounds like a person could make $17,000, $18,000 a year doing an important job like that, right?
I don't know.
No, really. What do you pay an assistant? What figure do you have in mind? I mean, that sounds like a lot of work, quite frankly. You're sitting there and putting your schedule.
Yeah, it
together.
sounds like you'll never see home.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you're one of those guys who expects everyone there with them 24 hours a day. So, what kind of money are we talking about? Let's be frank.
Well,
are we talking over $100,000 a year?
No.
All right. What are we talking about?
But like I said, I don't. Everyone's different, so I don't say okay, they're going to get this, because if it's some kid out of college that wants to learn everything, I'm not going to give them, that much.
Can they make as much as $60,000 a year? No. Oh boy. Can they make $50,000?
Yeah, probably around there.
All right. How personal does it get? Do you ever fuck your assistants? Do you ever have sex with them?
No.
Never.
No.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No. You fuck everyone else. Why not fuck your assistant?
Oh my God.
I mean, for God's sake.
No. No.
All right.
But also another thing is a lot of these assistants, they'll have like a small team of people under them to kind of come in daily once in a while. So they'll kind of manage other people that come in. So it's like if I have a shooter, an editor, a graphics person, they'll come in once a week, and they'll kind of just organize that. So the assistant's job is really to kind of manage my stuff, but kind of oversee a small team of people.
All right, sounds like a lot of work. At $50,000, you got to really earn your keep with the Paulie Shore organization.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if it's not a financial thing, then they're learning a lot of stuff. So.
All right. Well, sounds like you need an illegal alien is what you're really looking for, honestly, but we'll see. Would you have a male assistant? Or
most of my assistants are male.
Oh, most of them are men?
Yeah.
That's why you probably don't fuck them. I get it.
So what do you think about being my personal assistant?
About who?
Anyone. You think it would be something good for someone, or? I mean, excluding the money situation?
The personal assistant thing is very funny to me, because I think some people expect that person to become everything to them. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I don't know what kind of boss you are, but there are certain guys who think for $50,000 a year you own that person and you should have them around you 24/7. And really, you know, that's not fair.
Yeah, but I'm out of town. Like, I'll be out of town like 3 weeks a month. I'm always on the road.
I see.
So it's like you know what I mean?
But they can't be available to you all the time. You understand
no,
what I'm saying?
I don't need it as long as they do their job and they give me their stuff. It's not like I'm going to call them up and go, get me some cough syrup.
Right.
You know,
So
it's not
they're
like
not
that.
It's pretty well
traveling
defined.
with you either.
No.
Well, I think it could be a good deal.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think it might be fun. You know, who knows? I mean, what do I know? All right, anyway, Paulie, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you.
Yep.
And give up the Chelsea handler thing. Just let it go.
Let go of that.
I just...
So she doesn't have you on. Who cares?
All right.
You know, there's other shows. You come here. You're welcome here. What's the matter, man? You all right?
Nothing. I'm
you
okay. Yeah.
I don't know, man. You seem a little weird today. Like something's bothering you.
I don't know.
Are we
all right?
going to find out something when you leave?
Something going on in your life you want to tell me about?
Like what?
I don't know. I'm getting a vibe that there's something on your mind you want to tell me about. You seem depressed.
No, I'm okay.
No, something happened. I can feel it.
Really?
Yeah. Someone's pregnant.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. That would be awful.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Everything fine? I was worried about you.
The what?
I was worried about you.
Yeah, it was tough, but things are okay now.
Yeah, with your brothers.
Yeah.
Right. One of the brothers wanted to come on.
One of your brothers, and I can't tell you which one because I genuinely don't remember. One of your brothers called and he said, listen, I want to dispute a lot of what he said. And I said, great, would you come on the phone? And he said, yeah, just let me talk to my other brother. And then he called me back the next day, or I called him and he said, you know what, lawyer said if this isn't a good idea, I'm just going to lay low.
Right.
So I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, you got it all straightened out.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's kind of straightened out.
No, it's definitely around the corner.
Right.
But it's not like
what it was.
It's not what it was at all.
Like would you go? Would they say, "Hey, come on over for Thanksgiving," or it's not there yet?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That sucks when it's not comfortable with your family.
Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for coming in again.
Thank you.
Thanks
All right.
for coming in.
Thanks. Later. Thanks.
Can I take a quick picture of you?
Here.
Yeah.
10, Howard.
I'll take one more. Awesome.
There you go. Later, guys.
See you later, bye. All right, what is it?
Paulie, was today equally as therapeutic as the last appearance?
I don't remember. I just do it. I don't know what happens. So
You get in almost a zone.
yeah, you just kind of get in a zone. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Oh, I thought you were hitting that. No, I don't know. It's just one of those things. You just do it, and then hopefully it plays good on the air.
It did, and it was less family talk this time. It was more about sort of your career path and what's led you to this point. Do you ever reflect on that on your own, or is this Howard? It's the chance to get it all out there and think about everything that's gone on in your life and career up to this point?
No, I try to on stage as a stand-up comic. I try to talk a lot about that stuff. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about lately is a lot of it's like autobiographical stuff. So the fact that he was talking about all that stuff, it wasn't that odd, It
wasn't that new to you because you're doing
it. Yeah, I've been kind of doing it lately on stage, yeah.
Besides stand-up, what are you looking to do next? Where is your career going to take you from this point?
I want to do something dramatic, something kind of unexpected, something different. So I'm working on that. And then I'm messing with some CMT movie right now. And then I'm trying to put together the 40th anniversary of the Comedy Store right now. So
cool.
Yeah, so that's kind of where my next thing that I'm leading to.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about was Andy Dick. How much contact do you have with that guy?
We text once in a while.
Are you going to relay any of this? Not as if Andy hasn't heard Howard's rants, but are you going to ask him about specifically his relationship with Howard and really what went wrong from his perspective?
If I see him, yeah, but I'm not going to reach out. I'm not going to reach out to him and be like, yo, what happened? But if I see him, I'll ask him. Because I think that's his own deal with Howard, so I don't want to stay out of that,
But based on the information you heard from Howard's, with all the anti-Semitic rants and all that stuff, is it possible that Andy even has a side to his story, a valid argument, do you think?
I have to hear Andy's stuff first, so I'm not quite sure. I haven't heard it, but I assume if Howard's pissed off, it was probably pretty bad.
Right.
But I haven't heard it yet, so if I heard it, I'd be like, oh shit, I can't. You know what I mean? So would I just hear it online or something? You
have to do him diligence, so to speak, so you know where he's coming from as well.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. I heard it was bad stuff, but I mean, Andy, hopefully, Gary told me he wasn't on drugs or he wasn't drunk when he did it.
Yeah, he sounded
so
very
that
lucid and
yeah,
clear-minded,
that being said, it sounds very kind of not like Andy. So I don't know. Maybe he's just bitter because Howard had a deal with Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. He was doing shows fairly regularly.
Yeah, and then Howard kind of snipped him, and Gary snipped him. So maybe there was something built up about that instead of Andy taking ownership, saying, "Hey, my show wasn't good," and it wasn't really where it should have been, and he he didn't take ownership,
Right, now
so,
he feels slighted and bitter and all that.
Yeah, so I think maybe it all kind of came out on this guy's radio show.
Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. Good luck with your future projects. Hope to see you soon, Paul.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Thanks.
Later.
Why do you think you were so sweaty today?
Oh, I don't know. My shirt. I know.
Were you embarrassed?
About my shirt?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's sweating. So I didn't know. I mean, I never worn this shirt before.
Was there something you were holding back and not telling Howard? He thought something was wrong with you.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I just didn't know where the interview was going to go. So I didn't know, you know what I mean? It was like we got out so much stuff at the beginning, and then after that it was like, I don't know what else he wanted to talk about. I mean, we started talking about the special and different things like that, but I mean, it's kind of like, you can't keep talking about one story for hours and hours.
Right, but he thought something was maybe on your mind, something was wrong with you, you weren't telling him everything. He was concerned.
Yeah, no, I am pretty much honest with him.
Okay.
I didn't say there's anything that, you know what I mean?
So you're okay?
Yeah, everything's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Paulie.
Bye, guys. Thanks.
Good seeing you, man.
Later, man. Bye. Peace.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John Hodge and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the clock. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, I dish all the details on what happened when me and Ronnie went to Vegas and how he came up with his new catchphrase. You don't want to miss it. Check it out.
Speaking of Vegas, Benji, Ronnie's out there doing his annual. You host this thing every year now, right?
I don't host it. I'm
co-host.
Guest presenter.
Presenter.
Oh, guest presenter.
Yeah, the first year I co-hosted it, and then they started using comedians after that.
So how many years is this been for you?
That was the fourth. This is the fourth year.
Fourth year.
All right. So you're doing
Exotic Dance Awards.
Okay, but other than that, you're doing other stuff for Ganji and Howard TV.
There's a convention during the day,
right?
And Ronnie has to appear
Gentlemen's
at the
Club
Rick's,
convention,
right? Gentlemen's Club, and Ronnie appears at the Rick's Cabaret booth.
So, like, what goes on at a Gentlemen's Club convention? So you go there, and so there's a Rick's booth, and what do you do at the Rick's booth?
Pretty much you just hang around and say hello to people.
But why would somebody go to the Rick's booth? Like somebody thinking about being a franchisee?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And what happens is at this convention, there's everything from like people selling couches for clubs, people selling like liquid floors,
poles,
lingerie.
Lights, is there like a
everything,
funny
yeah.
money distributor? Or?
No, but there's like wristband distributors. There's like everything that
everything
you can think of.
Liquor
Yeah,
companies,
liquor
they give out
companies.
samples.
All
I
right.
mean,
Now, did you say stop the clock off the top of your head, or was Ganji telling you to say stop the
well,
clock?
I said it, and then he said, "Gee, that's a cool new catchphrase. Keep using it."
But Ronnie, okay, at that point,
But he
right?
used it multiple
but
times.
I've used it before.
Hold on, at that point,
Okay.
because I don't know what your relationship with Ganji is. Do you stop and you go, wait a minute, Ganji told me that's good. Is he fucking with me, or is it really good?
You don't know because the way he tells you, it sounds like it's good.
But that means he's good at what he does.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess he is good at what he does, that little fuck.
So at the moment, are you thinking I got another topless here? Like I've got something else I could.
Well, that's the way Ganji makes you feel.
So
know?
that's what you thought.
Yeah, well, now I realize what he did.
And Ganji,
he's making a TV show is what he's making.
Like I hang out with Ronnie a lot, so he'll say things, and I'll be like, "Oh, Ronnie, that's great!" Like, and I really like pump him up, and I'll be like, "Ronnie, that's the way to do it." Like, "Oh, you should definitely do that." And because I know I'm like, and I just can't wait to get the camera going so I can get it on tape.
Well, there are a couple of things that I noticed this morning. The first thing is, I think Ganji's like a funny guy, but to me, on the air this morning, he was like on fire funny. Like he's never been funnier.
Yeah.
And you seem to be his muse. It's when he mixes it up with you, he was like banging away.
I know. Otherwise, he's a stale fucking piece of bread.
The other thing is, I'm shocked that like you were yelling at him this morning. You were so surprised, and I go, wait a minute, wasn't it a mere 6 months ago that Ronnie was on the air giving Ganji's eating schedule and busting Ganji's ball?
Exactly.
So I thought it was funny that you were so irritated when you guys give it back to each other.
Dude, he put up a thing on Twitter the other day. A platter of 𝗦𝘁𝗲𝗿𝗱. Did you see it? Did
No.
you follow him?
I didn't see it.
He puts up a platter that he ate for dinner. of mozzarella and tomato and peppers and all kinds of crap. He goes, "This is my dinner. Was so good." This huge platter. He ate this whole thing by himself.
So you're saying that platter is his hot chick of the week?
Yeah, that's his hot chick of the week. Believe me.
Let's get back to whoa, stop the clock.
Stop the clock.
And that was my favorite part of this whole thing was I by accident just said stop the clock at one point, just goofing around, and he goes, no. It's whoa, stop the clock.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Don't mess up my thing, man.
To correct me that I got his catchphrase wrong.
So when you go to the Gentlemen's Club convention, I hang out at the booth for a little while, say hello to people. We have girls there, and we hang around with them. There's photographers come around, take pictures, and then I'll go around with Ganji, and we'll like do interviews, or we'll just go around scouting out the whole thing, see what's going on, say hello to people. And it's a convention.
How deep are you into the culture in the sense that, like, if the show ended and you could put up the money, would you ever, like, say you wanted to move to Phoenix, Arizona, would you ever open a Rick's?
Well, first of all, you can't open a Rick's. There's no franchises.
Oh, it's
Rick's.
not?
No. Rick's is totally owned by one person.
I thought it was a publicly traded company.
It is,
but you can't. Well, okay, would you ever?
He's not a franchise.
Would you ever open a club?
I thought about it, but there's a lot involved. Cabaret licenses, liquor licenses.
I honestly think
from townships, wherever you're opening it. It's a lot. It's a lot involved.
Like a consultant. Like, he could definitely be hired as a strip club consultant. Like, if he wanted to go that route.
That's great.
That's
not a bad idea.
Hot girls.
Like, fly me in.
I got to tell you, because they all listen. Like, a lot of times Ronnie was, like, giving advice. Like, I mean, I can't remember. Oh, like, he had a really good one, too, and I can't remember what it was.
At the Best Buy, with the Best Buy machine, like the Best Buy machine.
Yeah.
You know when you go in, like, to the airport, and Best Buy has a machine where you could buy, like, iPods and stuff right in the machine. Well, they had the same type of machine that they want to put in strip clubs, where they put, what would it
vibrators,
vibrators,
like stuff like that.
Why would I need a vibrator at a strip club?
I have no idea, but to put it in all, I don't know where they want to put them. Right. But anyway, this girl Daisy Dukes, who's a porn chick, and she's a really nice girl. They're really nice people, a lot of them. And I said to the guy who invented this machine to put this stuff in, I said, why don't you come up with a miniature Daisy Dukes pussy that vibrates? And put it in the machine. He thought it was the greatest idea in the world.
Because what guy wouldn't want to be seen in a strip club?
No. Yeah, but you stick it in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Ganji, who go home and jerk themselves.
Imagine you go to the parking lot, and there's like 10 used pussies on the ground.
Sounds like you could be a consultant,
Ronnie.
That
could
maybe
be a
in your
consultant.
future.
He's got advice.
Hey, it's 𝗪𝗏𝗏𝗍𝗏. On Wednesday's wrap-up show, we covered a lot of topics. Jim Brewer was on the show, and we talked about how great he was. And he talked about his dad, and so we talked about what would make Howard cry if anybody on the show died. And that got us into a whole discussion on how religious everyone on the show is. So here's how it happened.
Today, stopping by again, friend of the show, longtime friend of the show now, I guess, Jim Brewer. And Brewer always has stories, and he always has the energy and the family stuff. But the Steve-O thing today just took it up another notch.
Well, not only did he have the impersonation down right, but he had the words and the phrasing down right. And I'll tell you, the one part of when he told the story about him being with him in London and they're going to set his hair on fire and there's nobody there, this is one thing that Steve-O does all the time. I go, Steve, please don't do it. He goes, dude, I've done it 1,000,000 times. That's his line. But, of course, he's done it like once or never.
Now, I also thought it was interesting, speaking of the London thing, that Jim had the attitude of, not Steve-O isn't a comedian. He understood what Steve-O brings to the table, one in the audience, but also in entertainment. And it seems like other comedians would say, well, he's not a comedian, and there's an attitude that Jim just doesn't have.
Yeah, and if you get caught up in that, then you could just play with a bunch of comedians. Maybe not in front of anybody.
Now, the interview started with Howard saying that he loves Jim's book because it has it in the bathroom, and he refers to it all the time, so he knows it very well. Do you take that as a compliment when someone tells you that they have your book in the bathroom?
Absolutely. Yeah, it means they like it. Listen, even if it's in the bathroom and no one reads it, it means they want to read it.
And it represents you, like when other people come to your bathroom.
That's true. I remember one time we went to Jackie's bathroom and we saw there was a book that was in the bathroom that was the funniest book. It was something, I don't know whether Nancy left it there on purpose, but the book was Coping with an Alcoholic. So when you go to somebody's bathroom, you look at the books and you try to read into what the hell's going on.
Of course. Now, Jim is now moving his dad in because his mother was beating up his father. But Jim's relationship with his dad, he's talked about it a few times on the show now. I mean, do you know anyone else who takes care of their family, both their parents and their kids, the way that Jim does?
He really, when I met him, I just thought he was a funny guy and he's sort of this wild, insane comedian. But from reading the book
And I even talked to him off the air a lot about his dad. He's really one of the most loving people I've ever met. I watched the trailer for that movie. If you go to Jim Brewer's website, you can see the trailer for the movie he's talking about. And it's funny because he's totally breaking his father's balls, but you can see it's out of love.
Yeah.
And then there's parts you can see even in the trailer where it's got to be a lot of love. Like he's got to change his father's diaper and all that other stuff. And a lot of other people would say, I can't handle this. I got a wife and a family. I could put my dad in a place where he could be treated, just as well, but he wants to do it.
I mean, along those lines, early in the show, Howard played the clips of Jimmy Kimmel crying when he's talking about Uncle Frank, and Howard's like, I'm just not, I wish I could be that way, but I'm just not that way. And Brewer and his dedication he shows, to his father, and I think Shuley was asking people in the back, like, what could drive Howard to actually cry on the air?
The only thing I could think of is like maybe if Robin died, because there's such a close bond between them. I said, if I died, I think Howard would be really sad, but I don't think he would cry. Fred, I don't think he would cry, but I think Robin maybe would make cry. But yeah, it's just not, when he tells those stories about his family, and you see it a lot, and even your friends. Now that we're, I'm 50 and I see my friends and their parents, and you see how much of them comes from that. It's just who he is.
I remember one time, I think he started to, or you could definitely hear when he announced his divorce, or around that period.
Yeah, he almost cried on the 60 Minutes piece when he went to his old neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That was another one. And there was something else recently that happened in the last year or two where it looked like he was going there. It might have even been when he did an interview. And I remember they joked about that he was about to go there, and whoever was interviewing him sort of switched gears, so he was lucky that he didn't.
Well, he was on the new CNN guy. You're talking about?
Piers Morgan?
I can't remember. It was one of those shows. And by the way, just to digress for 2 seconds, Uncle Frank on Jimmy's show, one of the nicest guys I ever met. I mean, huge fan of our show, nicest guy in the world. And I said to Howard, like, to me, it's a testament to Jimmy that how awesome it is that you get your own show and you can take your favorite uncle and put him on and put him in sketches and have him be funny. It wasn't like a pity thing that Frank was on. He was funny.
No, Jimmy involves a bunch of his family on his show, and you can tell. I know you could put them on because they're in your family. You could put them on because they're entertaining and funny, and Uncle Frank certainly was that. But you could tell how Jimmy feels about his family and the closeness there. Whereas when you hear Howard, I think Howard is extremely close with his father and his mother, even though his dad's very standoffish with certain things emotionally, and his mom's his mom. But I want, unfortunately, and I hope it doesn't happen anytime soon, but his folks are getting older, and if he loses one of them, I think that's going to hit him real hard.
I agree. So I said his parents or Robin. I did say when I got interviewed by Shuley, like his parents. But, even watching the trailer from the Brewer movie, like, and I wrote about this in my book. I had the same thing with my father. My father and I, and Jim Brewer says the same thing, we never told each other we loved each other. I never said, Dad, I love you. Well, I probably did, but my father didn't say it back to me. But I never for a second doubted my father's love. It just was, World War II veteran, it's just not his way to say that. And that's just how people can be.
What do you remember, like, what your dad would say back when he said, I love you to him?
I don't think I said it really to him until he was sick. I might have said it like once. I might have said, hey, Dad, love you.
Yeah.
And he might have gone, I don't know, like a grunt. No, more like a grunt. It's just like, it probably made him a little uncomfortable.
But you knew the feeling was there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's interesting.
Do you tell your dad you love him?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I mean, like my kids and I, we say it all the time. I mean, I almost make it a point to say it to them.
Do you kiss him?
I do.
Where do you kiss him?
On the cheek.
Okay.
It's not to grab a little ass. No, I kiss them on the cheek. They're my kids.
Do you say that to your dad?
I do. My dad. I love my dad. I'm really close to him. I definitely, and I feel very much loved by him, by both my parents. But it's more something my mom would say back to me than my dad. He's very loving to me and will express loving, but doesn't call me up and say I love you.
No, I don't think very many dads do call up their, I don't know how old you are, but
we do
son
kiss
no, but there are moments in life where it may come up.
Huh?
Of course, I don't think anybody's dad. I don't call my kids up and go, "Hey, I love you."
Well, I do
but
that. But I do that normally whenever I hang up with my parents. Like, talk to you later. I love you.
And what's your dad say?
Look forward to talking to you on Thursday. That kind of, no, but it's not like an uncomfortable thing. It's just not as much his style to say. I use it as a goodbye.
I think I don't know who put up the note, but I think what drove Howard to almost cry was he was talking about his father being how proud he was, and that's really what got to him on the TV interview.
I think the thing for Howard too is it sounds like he and his parents are in such a great place right now, but it might not have been the same place 20 or 25 years ago. And again, having been through this, you get to a place where with your parents, the older you get, the more you appreciate certain things and forgive certain things and understand certain things.
And once you get there, it makes you closer.
Well, Jim certainly loves his mom and dad. He makes that very clear. The other thing he talked about a lot was his religiousness, but he wouldn't call it that. And then he talked about, of course, the maid being possessed by the devil, which we'll get to in a second. But would you consider Jim a religious person? I mean, his wife is one thing.
I get the impression Jim was raised in a religious background a lot like I was. But the difference is he's married to someone who's super religious. So he has the religious knowledge, but a lot of the religious wife is rubbing off on him, which doesn't make him religious. But there's a fine line between religious and superstitious. He seems to be a little of both.
What did you think of the maid being possessed by the devil?
I thought that was amusing. I don't think she really was.
Well, Jim does, apparently. Benji?
He's sort of fence about that. Does he really think she was possessed?
You don't think it was a clear case of possession? Like, I didn't get it, but I think it's cool. I don't like, but I've never heard of cases of possession where I think like, oh, that's a definitive like case of possession.
Who do you think the most religious person is around here on our main staff?
Well, overtly or in reality?
Both.
Because overtly, I'm going to go with Sal. Sal's one of those guys who I don't think is very religious, but was beaten down as a kid like a Catholic. So he's like, oh, you can't say this, you can't say that, you got to do this, you got to do that. The most religious person here. See, Benji's proud of his Judaism, but I don't know that necessarily makes him religious. I don't know that. Do you consider yourself religious?
I'm really interested in it. I'm really interested in is there a God, is there not, that kind of stuff. But I don't have a strong belief.
I don't know who is the most religious person here. It's not me.
But I do follow some religious practices.
I don't know.
My vote would be overtly or covertly. My vote's for Sal. I mean, Sal is the only person who. He's talked about it before, his beliefs.
I'm real curious because he's so strong opinionated about stuff, and I would think he was Steve Brandano. I bet he.
I was an altar boy, but I'm not very religious now. No, but Lisa G's religious.
No, she's not.
No,
no.
What about Howard?
I mean, not what I would consider.
I put Howard in the Benji category. I don't think Howard doesn't go to temple or anything like that. I think he appreciates the historical aspect of it, and the heritage more than the actual religion.
Well, I did ask, and it might be out of respect for his parents. I remember once on the air, God forbid, when his dad passed away, would he say the mourner's Kaddish, which is a very big deal in Judaism to respect someone that's passed away. He said he would.
Oh, listen, I went to the funeral of a very close relative recently, and it was this really weird moment because I got up to take communion. I haven't taken communion in 30 years, but I did it out of respect for everybody that was around me.
Yeah.
There's also a difference between being a traditionalist and being religious.
Right.
And you brought up Lisa. I think Lisa's more of a traditionalist than she is.
Well, she's not. I don't think she's very traditional.
Well, I mean, she in terms of observing the holidays and things like that.
Oh, you mean she just takes off work when there's a Jewish holiday?
No. Well, yeah, I guess that's traditionalist in a way. That wasn't referring to that.
The weird thing is if you go a little deeper into our group, probably the most religious person here is Ross. He observes a lot.
I would say I'm probably, if you're going by practice, I'm more so than him probably.
When do you ever practice?
I for the most part, I don't eat milk with meat. I'm vegetarian now anyway, mostly, but I wouldn't eat before that. I wouldn't eat milk with meat. I wouldn't eat pork. I wouldn't eat shellfish.
Dan and Philly, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Hey, Dan. What's up?
I think Scott the Pace is probably one of the biggest religious nuts.
Well, we don't even know what religion is he. He says he's 1/16 Jewish.
He's an asshole. That's what kind of religion.
No, I don't think he's very religious.
Well, it kind of came up with Brewer. Like, what do you do? Do you find religion as is a definitive belief in God?
John's question was what I took from it. Who's the most traditional religious here? Not what your faith is, but Sal, do you find yourself to be very religious?
That's a tough question. I don't like going to church. I really don't believe in church. I go through the traditions of it, like Christmas on Christmas Eve and whatnot. But I think religion is just your own personal communication and relationship with God. That's what I think religion is.
Does your family go to church every Sunday?
No. But we did when we were younger. I used to go with my 𝗦𝗵cie𝘄. That's what we used to call her. So we used to go with her, and she had the saints, the Madonna with the dollar wrapped around it, and she would pray for that. And my mom has a huge picture of Jesus Christ over her bed with big wooden rosary beads hanging down over it. So we're religion. I guess my family's religious in that sense, but I'm not that deep into it.
By the way, what Sal's talking about, my mother had them, my grandmother had them, religious statues, and you put you tape money underneath them. And the only reason I bring that up is that goes back. You have to turn the statue over to put the money under, and that goes back to one of the greatest lines in the history of the show, where Pat Cooper's yelling at his mother, and he said, "Mom, you never turned over a statue in your life." That's what he's talking about.
And I tell you, as a kid, being at my grandparents' house, I was, especially when the ice cream man came by, I was always tempted to take that money. But my grandmother, always told me, you take that money, something really bad's going to happen to you. You would get bad luck.
So what's the difference between that and voodoo?
Probably nothing. Voodoo is generally what?
I could put a spell on you.
Yeah, voodoo's more of an African religion. I think the Madonna with the money is an Italian thing.
But you believe in God, right?
Yeah, I believe in God. I believe there's something out there. I think there's something that we certainly need to identify with. I think we got here by some reason. I don't, there is. I think we all have a soul. I think there's somebody that we could communicate to. It's just there, and I think it's important to do that.
John, where do you fall in
terms of
how religious would you say you are?
Not very. I'm more traditionalist than religious, but religious enough to go through the the exercises, whatever else of being a Long Island Jew.
My friend used to call it a revolving door Jew.
Yes,
because you go in for the 2 holidays.
Well, I don't even go in for the holidays anymore because I felt a little hypocritical about it. But now, setting an example for my kids and all that stuff, I still do.
Wait, that's interesting. Why, if it's not important to you, do you feel it's important to set an example for your kids to do it?
I set the example to my kids that if you don't believe in it and you go, that's disingenuous. You're better off going when you feel like you need to be there. My wife feels that you should go.
Oh, wait. So you're saying you don't go to show your kids?
I didn't go before, but now I go.
But wait, but you're saying that you should go if you believe in it.
Right.
But how's that setting the example for your kids if you don't believe it?
Because I made the point for a number of years.
Oh,
and
so
then,
now
and then we all talked about it, and they said it would mean a lot.
We
if
just
you
like your
came,
company. Okay.
And I said, okay, I'll go.
Okay.
And complain about it the whole time, which is what a lot of Jews do, actually.
I think Catholics too. Don't worry.
We do big time.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we were talking a lot about Robin and her laughing at Howard when Howard talked about getting in touch with the weatherman. And then we moved on to Mad Dog Russo, but I saw Howard pop up on the screen, and he wanted to clarify why he got in touch with that weatherman and just didn't understand why Robin was laughing at him. So naturally, we talked to Howard, we gave our own opinions, and here's how it all went.
Hey guys, thanks for taking my call. Go Blue, John.
Go Blue.
It really came across on the radio that Howard was pissed off at Robin when she just started laughing, but I cannot blame Robin because I just thought it was really cumbersome the way that Howard was explaining that he had basically his own personal weatherman tweeting to him, and it was hilarious. I was laughing along with Robin, and just it seemed like the weatherman was like maybe wanted to have some kind of contact with Howard and Beth that he had this inside track that he was giving inside information, which was all known to publicly anyways. But it was really funny, and I think like Howard said, after he put in perspective with Mike, met with Mad Dog and Mike, and so that it should be water on the bridge and not taken with a grain of salt.
I think the thing that pushed it over the edge wasn't Robin's initial laughing; it was her continued laughing,
uncontrollable laughing,
and later uncontrollable laughing. And then you heard Howard's voice turn and explain, what was going on with the weatherman.
I also thought it was interesting. It's one of the handful of times I can remember tension like that between Robin and Howard, at least that I was aware of it.
First of all, Robin has a personal captain, so I don't know why she's yelling at Howard for having a personal weatherman. But I also think, again, the way Howard told the story today makes a lot of sense. It was somebody that Beth followed on Twitter, so they became Twitter friends. In the age of Twitter, you become quote-unquote friendly with people a lot easier. Like, I became friendly with ESPN's Matthew Berry on Twitter, and I sometimes email him for fantasy, news or updates or something. And I don't consider him my personal fantasy guru. I don't think Robin would laugh if I said, "Oh, I emailed this guy for fantasy stuff." So I don't know why it's so funny.
No, actually, I think they were actually already friends.
Right.
And what Howard said,
yeah, they were friends before.
He said, hey, follow my Twitter. It's good for me to follow.
If you were friends with a guy who was a weatherman and there was a big thing going on, you thought you might have you had to evacuate, as for instance, and you might have information an hour early. Why wouldn't you take it?
I've called the Yankees before because I have some friends that work over there, and they're always monitoring the weather for games.
I can see Robin's point of view a little bit because it's a little bit like you're like, okay, come on, I know what you're saying on TV, but tell me the truth, like what's really going on, right? Like they're doing, but I can see like that you really do like, okay, I'm specifically like right here, what do you think? I would ask, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Brian in Ohio, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey
Hey, guys. You guys just talked about exactly what I was going to say, but I just thought it was so ridiculous that, I mean, didn't you guys notice that Howard changed his story as Robin kept laughing? And it got from, we wanted to know what the weather was like, so we called Sam Champion, and then it was, wait a minute, we didn't call him, he called us.
It wasn't Sam Champion, but go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
it was
okay.
somebody else. I can't remember.
John
Anyway, but didn't you notice that it changed to, okay, we just ended up following him on Twitter, and that's how we found out?
No, that's not what they said. He said the way the whole conversation started was this guy, was it 𝗵𝗱, John 𝗵𝗱? I guess he's friends with Beth and Howard, and he said to Beth, oh, can you follow me on Twitter? Like, maybe he called her up, said, because I'm doing all these hurricane updates on it.
Okay, I don't know. It just seemed like his story started changing the more uncomfortable he got, and that made for such great radio. I was dying.
There's not one person in this room that if they weren't friends with a weatherman wouldn't call him for a little person. Like, it makes total sense. I don't think it's crazy.
And Benji, when you're saying tell me something that I should know, I don't think it's that. But what if a guy's not going to be on the air for 2 hours? Yeah. And if he's sitting in front of it right now and he goes, I'm going to go on the air in an hour. This is what I'm going to say, but I'm telling you early. So if you have to evacuate, here's a way to get out early.
I think listen, it was the most fascinating thing if you lived in the East Coast going on. It's interesting. It was interesting.
Every channel on TV had constant. You couldn't watch anything else but storm coverage.
Yeah, but you don't know.
So I
got to tell you, some of those people I don't trust.
They're lying. The weathermen are lying to you.
No, I think in my mind, and I know I'm crazy for saying this, some weathermen are better than others, but they're probably all the same.
And I also think, if I had a friend that was a weatherman and I called him, what I would be hoping to hear is, look, dude, the storm looks like it's going away. We're still hyping it up for the ratings, but don't worry so much about it. That's what I'm looking for.
Here's my thinking. I think Sam Champion is very believable. The reason is he's been on the air for 20 years. If he sucked as a weatherman, they would have fired him already. So he must know what he's talking about.
So
what I'm saying is ridiculous.
Dr. Frank Field was your guy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Growing up, Dr. Frank Field was a legend.
All right, Howard, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Hey, how you doing?
All right. Hey, first of all, I'm calling in because I'm listening to the discussion about John 𝗵𝗱, the weatherman, and people are saying I changed my story. The story is very simple, and I want a chance to clarify this because I still think Robin's laughter was inappropriate. Here's what happened. We know John. John lives in our area. He knows where we live. We were being told to evacuate. I said to Beth, I think it's ridiculous. Based on the weather information I'm getting, I think we should stay where we are. Not going to move 3 cats and a dog. It's ridiculous. We're staying, and our neighbors are staying. So I told her that. She's friends with John and said that she was talking to John and said, we're staying. He said, hey, can I speak to you guys about that because I want to tell you something. He called and said, or Beth called him, I don't remember which it was. But in any case, they had a discussion in front of me where they said, hey, Howard thinks we should stay. And he said, I really don't think that's a good idea. And here's why. Because of what the tides are going to be and this and that and the other thing, that it's going to be, crazy and there could be flooding and all of this. And so he advised us that my decision was not accurate, that it probably should leave. Now, what the fuck is so funny about that?
I got to say, what you just said to me made total sense, and I'm not being a kiss ass, because we were agreeing with you.
I'm not looking for a personal weather forecast. I made a decision to stay. He heard about it. I didn't tell him my decision, but he said, hey, I hear your decision. Look, I'm a professional weatherman, and I know the area because I live there. And I'm telling you, it could potentially be a lot worse than you're imagining.
That makes sense.
I think
he's a friend who was concerned.
I think Robin heard it as we talked to our own personal weatherman, and that's why we decided to do what we did. I think that's the way she heard it.
I don't even really know John as a weatherman. In fact, he had to tell me what he did for a living. I'm not familiar with the local Philly market. And he, in fact, had said to Beth, why don't you follow me on Twitter? I'm doing all these hurricane reports. And so she's a friend, and she said, I'll follow him on Twitter. So I don't know. I mean, listen, why would that be funny? I think Robin laughed way too long.
Yes.
And I didn't understand it. I'm not angry with her.
Would it be fair to say you were irritated?
Hold on a second. Ronnie and I are about to die. What's going on up there? Drive safely. He's in a fucking rush. He's like a mental case. Easy. It's not funny.
Stop the clock.
Howard, were you pissed, at her initial reaction or the fact that she just went into hysterics?
I felt the laughter was going on, and in fact, I felt that she was laughing because she got caught up in me saying, what do you think so funny? And then she just couldn't answer, so she kept laughing. I didn't feel the laugh was real.
Interesting.
I thought I thought the laugh was real. I don't know about you.
I don't think so. I don't think it was. But Robin, I wasn't mad at Robin. I wasn't, and that's another thing. I'm not angry with Robin. Listen, Robin is there to react and do things on the air that are provocative and interesting, and to be herself.
Well, maybe not mad, but it could have irritated you or make you feel bad.
It irritated me because I didn't think it was funny. I was like, well, what is funny about a guy calling up and saying, maybe I didn't explain it well to Robin, but
we all got it.
Yeah.
Robin,
Oh, you did?
Yeah, we all understood.
Yeah, I mean, so I thought, well, maybe there's a joke here that I'm not getting, that there's something crazy in the fact that this guy's a weatherman and he's concerned about us and thinks I'm making the wrong decision.
Well, Benji was saying before it's one of the few times where he sensed genuine tension between you and Robin.
No, I didn't. Honestly, I wasn't upset or angry. I was just like, well, I don't understand what's funny.
But you seem to me that you were.
I was irritated.
Yeah, maybe not at Robin, but at the situation. Like that
I was
seems.
irritated.
Yeah,
I'm
that seemed to be real.
I'm
emotional.
irritable all the time. I mean, I'm always irritable, Benji.
Howard, what's your gut on Bubba after talking to him today?
Oh man, I don't even know if I want to tell you my gut. I think Bubba and this is all. By the way, this is based on nothing. Okay, I think Bubba's a wild guy. I mean, genuinely wild. Not a radio guy posing as a wild guy. He's wild. I think he's wild. I think she's wild. And in my imagination, by the way, I'm purely making this up. I have nothing to base it on. That she gets a little crazy and he gets a little crazy. Like maybe even open marriage stuff. By the way, I just totally made that up.
Right, but if that were the case, when it comes, how can open marriage last forever, or does at some point does it get weird for one person or the other?
I don't know.
I think that's what must have happened. Somebody got weirded out by something.
The last time both of them were on the show, she was complaining that he wasn't having sex with her enough. I mean, that was the major complaint. That was like a year or two ago.
So then I start to think, now, by the way, based on nothing, but then maybe he was getting it on with chicks, and then maybe she started getting it on. I mean, this is nothing.
Yeah, but hasn't Bubba said that on the air that he does that sometimes?
I don't know. Bubba always presents himself as a wild sexual person. So who knows? Ronnie, what do you think's going on over there? Keep your eye on the road. He's getting excited. No, I don't really know, but I would have to say that is where my imagination is running wild, because I think he's wild. He probably has a couple of broads. Maybe she's got a dude or a couple of dudes. Now, by the way, this is all my fantasy.
In your fantasy, do you think he wants to be back together with her?
Yes.
See, in my fantasy, she got something going on the side, but it's not dudes.
That's hotter fantasy.
But that's just my fantasy.
I don't know. Radio guys are a very different breed than most people.
Well, you're very different than most radio guys.
I am. I'm not, because I've been sequestered. I'm a self-imposed exile. I'm more sort of on my own. But a lot of radio guys, they bond. They have lots of hijinks. Like Bubba's a man's man. He has lots of bros. They hang out. I mean, anything could have gone wrong. And when he says he's, preoccupied with a lot of different things, I don't know. It feels like there's more to the story.
So Bubba's trying to win her back?
I don't know. I can't figure it out. It depends what the scenario is.
Yeah, I just think that he really, I felt like he didn't want to give anything away today, and he was going to bear the brunt of it for, say, it's me, because he just didn't want to talk about anything.
But didn't you think
he actually sounded today like a guy who's already lawyered up? So he's like the lawyer saying to him, you shut your mouth, Bubba. Don't say a word. I don't care what good radio comes out of it.
See, I took it he was doing kind of the Sal rap, like it's me. I'm my focus is in the wrong place. I need to spend more time. That whole thing that Sal did when he had his issue with Christine and the emotional friend.
Yeah, I don't know. Sal's story is the most outrageous. Like, Sal's got this hot wife who doesn't want to have sex with him, and then has an emotional friend. I don't know. Could that be Bubba's situation, that she's got an emotional friend, like a lover or something?
I don't know.
I bet she has emotional
I mean,
friends.
Bubba can get lots of women. I know that. He's very masculine.
Well, he definitely Bubba seemed to imply something happened, because he said, whatever happened, I'll take the blame.
Yeah, something happened. So maybe. So when I hear a guy say that, this is all my imagination, that he's with chicks, and then all of a sudden she says, fuck this, I'm going to go get a guy, and then he gets pissed. Something like that. But who am I to even think that for a minute? I mean, Heather's a Sunday school teacher, isn't she?
I think you might be right.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what. Who the hell knows what happened? I mean, you never know, and maybe we'll never know. But he lives a wild life, Bubba.
And he was also torn with I know what makes good radio, Howard, but I don't want to answer your question. Yet if I don't answer it, then I'm not going to make great radio for you.
That's why I think he's a guy who's already gotten a lawyer.
Interesting.
Lawyers tell you to shut your mouth, because then when it comes to a settlement, they'll whip out those phone conversations with me.
That's true. I've seen many a conversation be subpoenaed.
Or it could be that he really wants her back and he doesn't want to screw it up.
Could be
what
that.
Do you think?
It could be that too. I think I think this deal is done.
Yeah, I think more of what you said. A guy who lawyered up, who's got to get his ducks in a row, doesn't want to say anything to fuck that up.
Hey, Howard,
She seems like, by the way, a really nice girl too. So, in my heart of hearts, I'm being honest now that I really do hope Bubba patches it up with her and they have a nice, long, wonderful, loving relationship. Because divorce, especially with kids involved, is maybe the worst thing. It just explodes a family. And don't forget, Heather's been raising his son with him, and he's been involved with her daughter. So, it's just the worst thing in the world. And also, you really do. I don't think people value their marriages enough. Like, when you have someone who really has your back and things are going great, it can really be the most valuable relationship, ever in your whole life. There's nothing more valuable than that. So I hope they work it because I like Bubba and I like to see him have some peace in his life.
Howard, I'm curious, like, if you talk to Bubba off the air, does that make it really hard for you then to discuss it on the air because now you know something?
Yes, I don't want to know anything. I'd rather sit here with you guys and be in the dark and make my conjecture.
It's so funny. We just had a guest offer to us today, and the guest wanted 10 minutes alone with Howard before they came in there. I was like, I'm not interested in that.
No, I won't do that. That would be worse than anything.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because then what's the point? Whatever that guest was going to tell me, and I'm not going to mention her name, but if that guest had something to tell me in private, that's the whole time I'm interviewing them. I'm going to be thinking about that. I'm going to go. I know I'm going to ask her about it.
So are you still going to reach out to Bubba, or are you going to avoid that because this is kind of a fun issue to talk about?
No, I will reach out to Bubba actually. Although from what I hear, you can't even get in touch with Bubba. He's a top secret guy.
But Howard said to Bubba point blank today, he's like, "I'll tell you it off the air," and Howard's like, "No, I don't care. I want to hear it."
Yeah,
now.
I would actually be worried if he told me off the air anything confidential because if I accidentally. People tell me so many things, and I'm on the air doing a free association on the air, 4 or 5 hours sometimes, that sometimes I forget what I'm not supposed to say.
Howard, that's funny because it was like 2 weeks ago. I told you something during the break, and I said, not for the air. And it luckily wasn't a big thing, and you came back and you said it, and John Hines started laughing. He goes, didn't you just say to Howard during the break, not for the air? And then you said it.
Let me tell you something. I have no memory. I have no idea that I'm not supposed to say that on the air. I'm not doing it to defy anyone or to mess anyone up. I literally do not. When you're on the air, when I'm on the air, I swear to you this is true. I listen to the replays because I don't even know what I said. I don't know half the time what I'm saying. I don't remember it. It's not a scripted program. So, it's like just coming out of me. I'm almost listening to the show as it's happening. It's not how much time would I have to sit there and really analyze what I'm saying? I don't have any.
Howard, one last question, then I'll let you go. Was Steve Leeds waiting outside your door when you left today?
No. Steve wasn't. I love Steve. Steve's a good man, but waiting outside my door is really uncomfortable. Because, if you listen to a conversation.
And if you listen to the show, which he does every day, that's like on the 10 Commandments of things not to do.
People don't believe that applies when it comes to them.
That's true.
I swear to you, remember we were saying on the air how Tim always gets me right after the show?
Uh-huh.
Tim came up to me today, and he goes, "You're not angry with me?" I go, "Of course not." He goes, "I have to come up to you after the show." And I go, "You do?" He goes, "Well, I have things I want to say, and I don't care. I can't wait." But I go, "Tim," and I got uncomfortable. I said, "Well, yeah, of course. It's like Tim doesn't think it applies to him." How many times have we had this discussion with Tim?
A lot.
Yeah, we just say, "Tim, look, I'll deal with you all day. When it comes to our radio channels, I'm there 24/7 for you." I said, "All I need is a half hour after the show to unwind, where you don't lay everything on me. Because my opinion is useless after the show. I'm fried. I just need 20 minutes to meditate, and then I can meet with you." But he doesn't believe it applies to him. He thinks I'm kidding.
Does that apply to him being in the studio as well, Gary?
No comment.
About you? When have I ever said that to you?
No. I said, does that apply to Tim being in the studio during the
Oh,
breaks?
yeah. Well, we've told Tim that. We said, "Tim, there's no need for you to be in the studio." He goes, "No, I need to be there to hear what's going on."
Do you know that there's some days, we have such limited time during the commercial breaks, that there's some days that I sprint in front of Tim as he's going in to get to you before he does?
Tim's a Pittsburgh. We're walking out today, and there's like 500 people in the hallway. It's serious. And like that whole thing is like so annoying because you want to just get out, and, people get excited to see me, and they want to talk and stuff. So under my breath, I go, "Oh, no," because I open up the door and I see it. Tim goes, "Do you not want to go out this way?" I go, No, I'm going to go out. I go, "But Tim, do you have to walk in front of me? You're going so slow. If I could just move quickly here, I can get through this. You're blocking me." It's like, you got to move out of my way.
Oh, man.
So, but I love Tim. Listen, let me tell you about Tim. There isn't a better guy on the planet who could be the program director of these channels. First of all, I'm nuts. He deals with me beautifully. He manages the place fantastically. People actually like him. and he works his ass off. I couldn't be more grateful for him. So, the idea that Tim bothers me right after the show sometimes, in a way, I like his exuberance, too. You know what I mean? It's sort of a mixed bag, because if he wasn't that exuberant, he wouldn't be that good as a program manager. I really do mean that.
We all love Tim.
We do.
No, Tim's a great guy. He really is, and he works so hard for us, and he really is the man. He's the man. He's the man.
All right, Howard, I'll let you go. Thanks for clearing up. I hope you feel like you cleared up the whole weatherman.
I feel I did. I feel I needed to defend myself.
And never let a woman who has her own private captain make fun of you for having a private.
I heard that point. I like that point.
Thank you.
Well, we've been gone for 2 weeks, so there's certainly a lot to talk about, but I can't really think of what that is. I mean,
a lot went on in that 2 weeks.
We had an earthquake, we had a hurricane, there was a lot of weather stuff going on.
How long did you have to abandon to because you were evacuated, right?
Yes. I tell you, I'm the worst planner when it comes to hurricane planning. We don't get a lot of that in New York, but my wife and I, we have 3 cats and a dog now. It's like that Crosby, Stills and Nash song, 3 cats and a dog. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy because of you. Yeah, we ended up first deciding to go to Vermont.
Oh, really?
Which would have been genius, because Vermont got hardest hit out of anyone out here in this area.
That would have been hysterical.
Yeah. By the way, I came back to Gary being super phlegmy.
Oh, really?
This morning. Oh, my God. It was really bad today. I just trying to muscle my way through it while I was eating.
Do you think it's because you've forgotten, or is he worse?
I don't know. Maybe I'm...
You're just not used to it.
I think he's worse, but today he's like extra phlegmy. He was like... And he doesn't want to clear his throat in front of me, so he just gets worse and worse.
Does it often happen that, then he can't even get the words out?
Yeah. And then he walks away and he just goes... and like he's quietly... He waits for me to play something so he can quietly clear his throat. I don't think he unloads till he's here. I think he builds it all up for 2 weeks and then lets me have it.
Actually, I'm fine now.
Now you're fine.
Yeah, it's just it's that thing. It's a 20 minutes of you staring at me and me knowing this is coming.
I didn't stare at you.
Oh, I know that you know.
I looked away.
You and I have this unspoken thing going on about it that's so fucking weird. And I know that you're going to do this, and it makes me crazy. Because I'm fine now. There's no phlegm in my voice now. Nothing.
I know. But he gets in front of me, and he goes...
So this is psychological now. Every time he sees you, he gets phlegmy.
Some people have psychological problems, and they turn to drinking or they hallucinate. He just gets phlegm in his throat. I wonder if John Hine and JD noticed. They're in on it.
Do you all look at each other?
No, I've given up. I just try not to throw up while I'm eating. Did you notice it today being really bad, JD?
I didn't notice it in here, but I was like finishing putting stuff on my wall, and I heard Gary come out of the studio and go,
yeah, it's disgusting. Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. So he has to really get it out once he leaves the room.
Yeah, listen, that happens to me too while I'm on the air. I mean, it's natural to have something like that happen, but what I can't leave. If he could just walk out of the room and clear himself.
But then he'd never get to talk
you want me to keep doing that? You want me to stop in the middle of something and go out and clear my throat?
I think so, yeah. I think I do.
Okay, because that's what I'm going to do.
All right.
And you just have to deal with it,
So disgusting. I don't know. What can I tell you? So,
welcome back.
Yeah. Well, anyway, getting back to this hurricane thing, I might as well tell you what happened. So
you were talking about being a bad planner.
Yeah, so we wanted to get there was danger of flooding where we are, so we wanted to get the cats and the dog. First, we were going to go to Vermont, just my wife and I.
And you were going to leave the cats and the dog.
Yeah, and she goes, so I don't feel right leaving the cats and the dog. I go, they'll be fine. Because I knew I knew the hurricane was going to be downgraded. I just did, but, then I couldn't guarantee her that it would be. So then all of a sudden, I'm like 10 minutes from leaving for Vermont, and I realize, I checked the weather forecast again, and they're saying that Vermont is in the trajectory of the hurricane.
Right, you're moving right into the hurricane.
I go, what am I doing? I'm going to drive 5, 6, 7 hours to Vermont?
To be in the hurricane.
To be in a worse spot? Where am I going to go? I wanted to go to my parents' house, but then I knew that would be a disaster because my mother doesn't like pets in the house. She doesn't like the dog or the cat. She likes animals, she claims, but she doesn't like them in her house. My whole life growing up.
She likes them in a zoo.
Yeah, I wanted some sort of pet, and she would go, listen, animals are not meant to be in the house.
Oh, dear.
So I knew if I brought,
she'd be miserable.
I said to Beth, my animals all spend time in North Shore Animal League for the most part. I said, they're in cages. Can't we put them in a cage in my parents' house for 24 hours? So we're thinking that through. Like maybe if there's ever another hurricane, we would at least have a place to go and get one of those huge cages, And so for 24 hours, they're in a cage.
But Long Island was going to be in the hurricane.
Yeah, but
they
weren't
higher.
evacuated. Yeah, they were higher. So I didn't know what to do. So Beth said, let's go to my parents in Pittsburgh. So now I'm going to Pittsburgh. Long story short, I spent 3 days in Pittsburgh, which was actually
not that bad.
Not bad at all. We had kind of fun. Her parents weren't there for the first 2 days. They were visiting her grandmother.
Down in Florida or something?
Well, no, not in Florida. She lives in Erie, but not they had a regularly scheduled trip. So it was like, okay, we'll go there. We'll set up the cats. We'll set up the dog. The whole idea was to get all set up. And we did.
Well, I thought it was hysterical because I don't know if anybody realizes this, but you've never been to Pittsburgh before.
No, I used to say to Beth, don't you think I should go where you live and I should see where you grew up? And every time I would say that, she'd be like, no. So I said, okay. But then she was into it when I was there.
Yeah?
We saw some great things in Pittsburgh. I went to the Petco. Not Petco. Is it called, what's the pet store like where you get pet supplies?
Well, there's PetSmart and there's Petco.
Maybe I was at Petco. I don't know where I was. I was at some pet place.
Like a big pet place?
Went to a couple of restaurants. The worse in Pittsburgh than in New York. We went to a restaurant with our parents one night, and then the waiter press released it. Like, there was a whole big article about what I ate.
Really?
And what I tipped.
Oh, I have to read this.
And I was like, wow, I thought Pittsburgh was mellow. It's worse than New York.
What you tipped? That's not...
He was very generous, left a 50% tip. He loved here's what he ate for dinner. And
well, he's really drumming up publicity for his restaurant.
Yeah, well, he probably figured I'm never coming back there, which I'm not, even though it was a good restaurant. But the food was good. It was tasty.
They have good restaurants in Pittsburgh.
They sure do. I'm not a New York snob. My mother is. When I used to work in Detroit, I'd have my parents out once a year, and I remember making like the best reservation I could in Detroit at the greatest steakhouse or whatever the place was, and my mother would come to New York and go, look, this isn't the Big Apple.
Like they know good food.
Yeah, well, they claim they do.
They eat at Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I know. Meanwhile, the food was delicious in Detroit. I mean, if anything, especially a steakhouse, they were known for the best steaks.
It's the Midwest. They got to have better
beef.
meat.
Yeah. I don't know. And plus, the place I took them to, they put matches on the table with your name on them.
Is that right?
And I was like, wow, they'll be impressed. But my mother's never impressed. But I was impressed with Pittsburgh. I'm not a New York snob. The restaurant I went to in Pittsburgh was very good.
Some of the best pizza I've ever had was in a little town called Trafford.
And the prices are a lot more reasonable.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I fed 4 people for $200. You can't do that in New York.
Yeah, try doing that.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Not in Manhattan, anyway. So, yeah, we ended up in Pittsburgh, which was cool.
I was laughing. I said, the hurricane blew him to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it was just like a whole ordeal, though, with the pets, and I wanted to leave the pets.
Did you drive?
No, we flew.
Oh, okay.
There was a whole ordeal with that.
But you flew the pets?
Yeah, we flew everyone. Bianca, the cats.
Did you put the cats in the hold or anything?
No, not in the hold. That's a very expensive trip. It was a very expensive trip.
Just to get out of the hurricane.
Yeah, that's right. Yep. It was wild. I said, how come I have to go to Pittsburgh? Other people are, I should have taken the space shuttle to the moon. It seemed like the only reasonable place to go.
Well, actually, Pittsburgh was completely out of the path.
Oh, yeah. We had sunshine the whole time.
Yeah.
You would have thought I was in Miami. Hey, listen, if it was Beth and me, just the two of us, I would have gone out to Miami Beach if I was going to go somewhere cool, and have a couple of days in the sun and have some fun.
Sure, but you had the cats and the dog.
Yeah, so we had to go to a place that was pet friendly, and that's Beth's parents' place. So we went and we had a good time. We got there and we set up the house because her parents weren't home, which was a good thing because it was kind of crazy when we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we realized we didn't pack kitty litter, and Beth was waving down cars, asking people if they owned a cat. Don't ask. Yeah. Speaking of that earthquake, so I don't. Did you feel the earthquake here in New York?
I was in London.
You were in London.
I wasn't here for the earthquake.
Well, I was, and it's funny. I was in my house and I heard noise. And I thought that someone was on my roof or there were birds on the roof. I couldn't tell if someone was in the attic, like doing some work or something.
What time of day was it?
It was like an afternoon. It was like, I'm going to say 2 o'clock or somewhere around there.
1:55.
Yeah. And I remember, so I rolled up my shades. The shades were down. I rolled them up because I wanted to see what was on the roof. That was the only reaction I had. But Beth was sitting on a chair downstairs, and she fell asleep. And all of a sudden, she felt the shaking, and she thought I was shaking her chair. And she kind of, why are you shaking my chair? I'm trying to sleep. And then she looked around and saw that I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
And she thought that I'd done it and ran away. Then she had this crazy thought saying, this is crazy. Like there's nobody around, and I know I was shaken.
Like, almost like, did it really happen?
She was like, well, maybe there's such a thing as ghosts or something, you know. She goes, this was crazy. So then I said to her, did you feel the earthquake? Because I just turned on the news. And
you realized it. Yeah, a lot of people I talked to afterwards said they weren't sure of what it was until they heard on the news that it was an earthquake.
Because she said to me, oh, I was so mad at you. I thought you somehow like woke me. You were doing it as like a goof or something. I go, why would I ever? Sleep is sacred to me. I would never wake anybody. Sleep is the most sacred thing you can get. You know, with us, it's a commodity. We had 2 weeks off. That alarm went off this morning. It's like I never had 2 weeks off. I was just like, oh, fuck, we have to go to work.
Well, I couldn't even sleep. Like, the anxiety of hearing the alarm clock makes me stay up.
Really? You had a bad night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man. Too much. Let's say hello to a few people. It's been a while since we've...
But so your house went through the earthquake, no problem. I mean, the earthquake, no problem. Hurricane, no problem.
No problem. And remember I told you my good friend John Keene fixed my parents' house?
Uh-huh.
Remember I said they were getting water in their basement?
Yeah.
Well, he came over and with his guys, and I don't know what the hell they did.
But no water?
So when the hurricane, I was like, oh, if my parents get water, because now it's like, now it's my responsibility.
Because you've been called.
Yeah. Howard, we have tremendous water. You know I would never call, but do you know someone who might help us? So, I took over. I said, you know what? Leave it to me. I'm going to get on this. And then I'm the hero. I come in with John, and
he fixes it.
He fixes it.
That's that.
But if there had been water...
Your name...
Oh.
It would be mud.
Well, yeah, but like they know enough not to say, oh, it's your fault, but they would... I know how they think. He didn't do the right thing.
That Howard didn't know.
And his friend John doesn't know. Well, instead it was like... We had no power, but we didn't care because there was no water. It was a miracle. And I'm like, it's not a miracle. It's science. It's a miracle. Everything's a miracle.
Right.
You don't know. Everyone told us it couldn't be done, and these plumbers would come and they'd fix it, and then the next time there'd be more water. Well, this is terrific what was done. How much did John charge you? What? How? This is amazing that there was no water. So now I was...
Well, I'm so glad.
Right.
That it worked out. You're a hero.
Yeah. Oh, I was... Thank God. You don't know the trepidation, the agita, the incredible stress I go through. Because everything becomes my problem in my family.
But I think you also take it on like you must.
My psychiatrist says I shouldn't solve anything.
Well, even
they
if
can get along fine.
Even if you try to have a solution for them, don't take it on like if this doesn't work, all hell will break loose.
Yeah, well, it does, though. And I'm bad mouth. And I live in fear of the bad mouth. His friend didn't fix it. I mean,
John.
After all, now we have to go back to square one. I don't want to hear it.
But they lost power? How long were they without power?
They didn't care because they didn't have any water in their basement.
Well, I just remember the time they sat in there in the freezing cold for the longest
Oh, my God. Yeah, they lost power, but it came on like in 2 days. Baba Booey didn't have power till Friday. It was like almost a week.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was unbelievable when my mother lost power in the winter and had no heat.
Yeah.
Howard, a terrible thing has happened. What is it, Mom? We haven't had power for days. Your father and I are freezing. We haven't had heat. We're wrapped in blankets. We're freezing. Well, Mom, why the fuck didn't you go to, like, the Garden City Hotel? What? We don't want to leave if we want to see if the power comes back on. How would we know? And you're right. I should have hung up the phone and just said, are you guys insane? They're waiting for the power, but they're freezing. Just go to a fucking hotel.
Right. Or somewhere where there's power.
No. I said, well, why don't you come to me? We didn't want to bother you. They don't want to leave their house. So I said, come to me. Then my mother shows up. I sent the car for them. The car had heat. My mother's in the car for 2.5 hours with the heat on. But she goes wrapped up in like a coat and blanket and won't take her coat because she has to show me.
That's right. She still wants you to know how she was wrapped up.
I'm freezing. I go, wasn't there heat in the car? Well, yes, but I'm chilled to the bone. So they were in my house, which was up to like 100 degrees. And I served them lunch.